wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Unbreaking, you're radiant. complications always get me into these situations again, because I might be tempted. Always get me into these situations again, because I might be tempted. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with everything. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with everything but me. But me. Gonna make something good out of this. What's up, people? Can I make something good out of this? Chances are you will not be missed, 'cause you don't give a shit. Can I make something good? Let's go! You could be late, you could be true, you could be underneath my shoe. And I'll be devastated if I'm wrong. I am the one you love to hate, but you cannot devastate. It will be interesting, I'm sure. Something good out of this. Let's go! Can I pretend that something is missing? Chances are you will not be missed, 'cause you don't give a shit. Can I make something good out of this? Let's go! You could be late, you could be true, you could be underneath my shoe. Sometimes you're the only one who's strong, and I'll be devastated if I'm wrong. I am the one you love to hate, but you cannot devastate. Let's go! But I want more. Let's go, dude. Thank you, Proud Liberal. Do I know why you're not a member? I do not. I mean, I know that it goes like month to month, but is it possible you got a gifted membership and it expired? Do I sing and read at the same time? I do! Yeah. You could be late, you could be true, you could be underneath my shoe. Sometimes you're the only one who's strong, and I'll be devastated if I'm wrong. I am the one you love to hate, but you cannot devastate. It will be interesting, I'm sure. 'Cause I want more. I want more. I want more. I want more from you, yeah. More. I want more. I want more. I want more from you, yeah. More. I want more. More from you, yeah. More. I want more. I want more from you, yeah. More. Let's go. I want more. Yeah, yeah. There it is. Let's go. Proud liberal. I want more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think it has something to do, like it's like harder or something on the iPhone, right? If you're on a phone, it like gets weird for some reason. I mean, I know like every business has issues with selling memberships or that type of shit on the phone because the Apple Store is like the mafia, right? Anything, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you have YouTube or whatever. If somebody uses an iPhone to buy something on YouTube, 1/3 of the money goes to Apple. Isn't that crazy? They keep 30% bro, of everything. It's just unreal. I honestly don't know how they get away with that. You know what I mean? Dude, it is crazy. Dude, what a racket. Indeed. Unbelievable. You know, I mean, I think the Microsoft Store, though, does the same thing, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what their percentage is, but everybody just takes a massive cut. Dude. Unfucking real, bro. That shit is just, capitalism is just so out of control. Now, there is something to be said, though, as a guy who was a Mac user for years and years and years, and now I'm using a PC. There is something to be said that I will give it to Apple. There is something to be said for proprietary technology. Okay, meaning that, like, when you buy an Apple product, okay, when you buy a Mac, when you buy an iPhone or whatever, every like chip and accessory that is in that Mac is the same in every single Mac. And right, like if you buy a Mac Pro, every Mac Pro has the exact same pieces in there. And so when that shit updates, it's like uniform, right? You don't have any of this weird like shit that breaks all of a sudden and then refixes itself. The shit works fucking seamlessly, like unbelievable. Whereas like with my PC, like every 4th update and like half of my shit goes haywire, right? You know what I mean? It's like my graphics card updates or OBS updates, and then everything just starts going zonkers. Dude, it's crazy. And then it like fixes itself miraculously, right? It's just so weird, right? Oh shit. But you know, the company itself though is just a giant capitalist grab, dude. It's I don't know, dude. I feel like everything though has gotten that bad. Doesn't it feel like now everything about capitalism is just soaking us? Right? It's just fucking soaking us, you know? You know what I mean? And there is one other thing though that I admire about Apple that you may not like, but I like it. And I like how Apple forces technological change, right? They make a phone with no headphone plug.
And we're like, oh shit, everybody's bummed and you're buying adapters and you're all annoyed. Oh, you got to go to Bluetooth and you hate it and you decry it. But they literally force the entire industry to move to advancing the technology. And like, I actually appreciate that. I do, because it's part of how we sort of maintain that like forward evolution is by you know, forcing the change, right? Putting a new power plug in there, and then forcing the industry to sort of keep up. I like that. I totally respect that shit. Being the driver, you want to be the driver. Dude, the forced Apple have a universal socket. Oh, let's go. Dude, you're in the Apple cult. Dude, you love how one update updates all your devices. Everything is transferable. Yeah, I mean, guys, I do both. I am both a PC and an Apple guy. I obviously use the PCs for the gaming and the editing right now. But dude, I love my Apple shit too. I love my Apple shit. My son, he doesn't like Apple. Dude, he has a like a Motorola, one of those flip Motorola Razr Android phones or whatever. Like, my son likes the customizable shit. But dude, the other thing I like about my Apple is like, dude, I buy one phone like every 8 years. You know what I'm saying? I buy phones so rarely. I have had, you ready for this? So this right here is only my fourth iPhone, right? Or maybe it's my fifth. My fifth since like 2007, right? Isn't that crazy? Dude, I've had 5 phones, or let me see, I had a 4, I had a 6 Plus, I had the one before this, which was like, yeah, this is my 4th phone since like 2007. 4 phones in 17 years, dude. 18 years. Oh shit. That's wild, dude. Dude, that is wild. You're using a Samsung? Yeah, 4 phones in 18 years. Apple Mafia. Dude, you don't like the aesthetic, the brutalist sleek look? See, I love the brutalist sleek look. Dude, I do. And to be honest with you guys, the only reason why I get new phones, the only reason why I get them is because I destroy them. Because I eventually drop them too much and shatter them, right? Dude, you know, but there's other phones other than Android or Apple. Yeah, isn't there a Google phone? Dude, you have a Moto Z4? Yeah, so the one that my son bought is my son got this one. Yeah, Bryce got this one. He got one of these. One of the ones that like flip in half so you can keep it closed, right? Is that the kind that you have? Yeah, he got one of these guys that are like it like operates in half and has a touch screen, like it folds in half, or it opens up and the whole phone is like a screen. But then you can fold it in half and you can actually do all the shit on the half. So you don't even have to open it. You don't even have to unflip it. Dude, it's pretty crazy. And you can have 2 different things. Like you can have texting and Instagram open at the same time or what have you. It's pretty wild. He loves that shit. Dude, I looked at that and was like, that's just too much. It is pretty cool. That shit is just too much. But, you know, we went and got brand new, got a T-Mobile Sidekick. What's a T-Mobile Sidekick? Bryce's phone. Dude, yeah, right. Dude, Jenny chiming in. Jenny was mad about that too. Bryce's phone costs more. My iPhone. Dude, that was a point of contention. Oh shit. I had an original Razr. I did. The original Razrs. Those were pretty crazy. Does the screen last on those? So Fabiola, whether the screen lasts on those will remain to be seen, right? So the guy at the Apple store, or the guy at the store we went to, not an Apple store, but the phone store. The guy at the phone store we went to was not keen on the Motorola one. Like, he said the screen goes bad. And he said, oh, a lot of people have the problem with these. But he was also a staunch Apple guy. And like, we switched it. Like, we had bought an iPhone, but then I discovered Bryce really wanted that other one. And I was like, dude, why are you getting a phone you don't like? You should get something you like. You know what I mean? And so we changed it, right? And we changed it up. But so he said it doesn't, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll find out. So far, Bryce, it seems to be doing fine. I haven't heard anything about it. You know, dude, you get 6G reception when you wear the tinfoil helmet. Dude, it's all about the tinfoil hat, guys. Oh my God. Like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like, there's like 2,000 measles cases. Dude, there's 2,000 measles cases going on right now. What are we doing? RFK Jr. brought measles back. Now, my question is this. The first kid that dies of measles, are they going to be able to sue RFK Jr. or what? Right? Dude, it's like there's a breakout in South Carolina and in Texas. Look at this shit. The worst outbreak in measles over 20 years. Okay, 2,000 cases. They're in 88% are in Utah, Arizona, and South Carolina. Right? Dude, look at this shit. Being boom bap, right? This shit is crazy. And they're blaming, right? They're blaming the immigration. Okay, but here's the problem with their immigration blame is look at the states that are having the breakouts. Okay, what do these states that are having the breakouts all have in common? They're deeply religious anti-vax states. Okay, the only state here that has a high Hispanic population is Arizona. Utah has no immigrants. It is white as shit. Okay, South Carolina is 8% Hispanic. There's hardly any fucking immigrants go to South Carolina. So, right? Dude, it has nothing to do with fucking, immigration. It has to do with this, right? With this and the Bible, the Bible. Dude, you need to put the Bibbles down, people. The Bible's dangerous. Dude, this fucking picture is hilarious, bro. Have kids already died? Fucking bullshit, man. These fucking religious clowns, bro. Lord have mercy. Lord. Dude, what the fuck, bro? What are we doing? Dude, did you see this? Look at this. I don't know if you guys know about this, but I finally got the 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗹𝗀 block. Isn't that crazy? I finally got the 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗀 block. I have been like harassing this shitter for months, dude. For months, bro. Like wild. And you know the tweet that did it though? The tweet that did it wasn't even bad, guys. Look at this shit. This is the tweet that did it. Okay? Look at this shit. This is the one that got the block. So he plays this video.
I say thank you for having me here. Thank you for gathering on this cold December night. And we're here to give a message to Zoran Mandami and all of the people who are behind him. Zoran, you might become the next mayor in 2 weeks, but this city does not belong to you.
Dude. So, dude, he posts a video of him talking and no one's even paying attention to him, right? They're like eating dinner. There's like 5 people clapping. And I'm like, this is hilarious. No one's even paying attention to your dumb ass, right? You're busking in your own room is what I said. Dude, and that's the one that got me blocked. Isn't that funny? I have said like the gnarliest shit to this guy. But it's when I point out that, like, homie, nobody's even listening to you in that room. That's why he blocked me. I mean, these guys are so fragile. They really are, dude. They are so fragile. Maybe don't say it. I've been harassing this shitter for months. Dude, no, I have been. You're allowed to harass people online, right? That's totally legal, dude. On Twitter, it's like the way of the world, boss. Are you kidding me? Let's go. Dude, public figures. Yeah, dude. Harassing public figures is my pastime. I'm not touching his pee-pee. You know what I'm saying? So we're good. Dude. Oh, shit. Isn't that funny? I love it. Are you sure? Yeah. Dude, I don't fear Trump. Dude, fuck Trump. Dude, I fucking harass the shit out of fucking Trump too. And online Melania. Oh my God, dude. Dude, nobody, right? I literally, guys, can I just show you? Every time Melania Trump tweets, okay? Every single time Melania Trump tweets, I come at her with this. Right? I reply to every single tweet of Melania Trump's with this Vanity Fair cover. Every single tweet. This woman, anytime she interacts online, dude, this one ends up in her replies without fail. If I see it. Oh, dude, it is beautiful. Right? I love it. Oh, shit. Dude, it is some gorgeous shit. Oh my God. That's funny though. That's the one that got the block, right? Craziness. All right. All right. So where are we at? Dude, so today though, what a day. Can I just tell you? Like pretty slow on the news day. But one thing I guess we should look at is this Trump shit, okay? Obviously, Trump's response to, right? Trump's response to fucking, to Rob Reiner. This shit is gnarly. Now, what's crazy about this, guys, is I hate to say this, but at this point, I feel like Trump is just rage baiting. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what to make of this because it almost feels, guys, it almost feels to me. Hold on. Let me fix my glasses. Gotta clean this shit, boss. It's gonna be time to get new ones soon, I think. All right, you ready? So what my point was is that I feel like Trump has lost the headlines. Right? You know what I mean? That's what I feel like. I feel like he's lost control of his media machine, right? You know, he used to be the guy who was tweeting and was like leading the way. And whatever he'd do, the whole crowd would get behind him, right? That was his thing. He was the guy that was like the thought leader, if you will, of the brain dead MAGA party. But now I feel like he's chasing, right? Like he's chasing where he has lost a bunch of MAGA. He's lost a bunch of influencers to where they don't necessarily hate him and they're not necessarily coming out against him, but they're no longer revering him. They are sort of building their own networks outside of him. Okay. Everybody just sort of considers Trump to kind of be a lame duck at this point. Okay. And now it seems like he is chasing headlines, right? Like, you know, dude, I hate to say this, but it reminds me of the two turds at the Young Turks, right? Right? Doesn't it? Doesn't it remind you of Anna and Cenk, where they have sort of lost their base, they lost their crowd, and so now they're just sort of picking outrageous fights wherever they can to generate some type of notoriety? You know, like their frantic loser energy is a great way of putting it. They literally are. They're scrambling and they're like just trying to get some sort of attention. And sometimes the easiest way to do it is to do something like completely outrageous, and then it just puts all eyes on them, and then they pretend like they didn't do anything, you know? It's really wild because this is crazy. You know, a very sad thing that happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away together with his wife Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness, and with the golden age of America pissing upon us like a golden shower, perhaps like never before. May Rob and Michelle rest in peace. Dude, it's so desperate. Oh, yeah. They died because they made people so mad with their derangement over me that they drove people crazy, and the crazy people murdered them. Oh, rest in peace, because I'm like doing such a great job. Ghastly is a great word for it. I mean, this is some garish, narcissistic fucking trash, bro. Like, wow. You know, and it's just psychotic. You know, it's like somebody who is so desperate for a headline, right? You like so desperate for a headline, so desperate. Who's it? See, that's just it. I don't think it's for anyone. I think it's literally him like wanting to be in the headlines, and he doesn't know he has no other way of getting in the headlines now, because there's nobody who's cheering for this except maybe like the hardcore right-wing influencer people. I mean, if we look on the internet, if you look at this, even his own people are reacting poorly to this. Dude, even his own people. Dude, let's see. Like I have seen people, whoops. Like this, dude, you ready? Watch this. Right here. Dude, even these people, okay? This guy, look at this guy, Christ follower, husband, right? Custom clothing maker. Dude, look at this guy. This makes it so hard to defend him, right? Even his own people, even his own followers are like, man, you know what I'm saying? Getting awfully hard to defend anything this guy's done. Dude, these are MAGA people, okay? These are fucking MAGA people that are doing this shit, right? Dude, I'm telling you, man, he's fucking collapsing, boss, okay? Dude, he's done it for 12 years. They're just now seeing it. I mean, there is some of that truth that he's absolutely, but I think though, guys, I don't know. I feel like he's lost a little bit of his touch, okay? Because he has been this rotten for 12 years, okay? Right? I think Trump's always been this rotten, but I think before though, it felt like Trump could read the room, and he used to be able to sort of push it like right up to the line, you know. He did. He used to be able to sort of come in and he would do it with like a little bit of humor or a little bit of sort of plausible deniability of like, oh, you misread that. You're taking me wrong, right? I don't know. I feel like he had a sharpness that he no longer has. And I don't know if it's the dementia or if it's the meds for the Alzheimer's or if it's just the fact that he's slipping and he's lost that thing. But I feel like he's lost some of his ability to be offensive because he's always been offensive. But even with being offensive, if you know your audience and you're offensive and your audience is there to cheer for you, you know how to be offensive so your audience cheers. But I feel like Donald Trump right now, it doesn't really know who his audience is anymore. That's just it. Like he pissed off enough of his base and enough of the influencers and enough of the independents and enough of the evangelicals and enough of the right. He's pissed off enough of every little group, and especially the Epstein people, that now he just doesn't know who he's performing for anymore, right? He doesn't. He's just saying shit, and then there's a huge reaction, and then he's like, fuck, and then he says some more shit, and a huge reaction. Like, it's pretty awesome to watch, right? It is. It's pretty awesome to fucking... to watch him flail, right? Dude, until now you didn't know the base wasn't still totally receptive. Oh yeah. I mean they're losing it, right? Like here's even somebody, okay? Right? Here's this guy. Look at this. This is a fucking, this is a WWE wrestler who's going off on it, right? Going off on Trump. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I mean, everybody is sort of fucking like down on this shit. It's crazy. Dude, what a fucking putz. I want to find more of the right wingers. I saw some right wingers earlier who were livid with him. Dude, Laura Loomer. Oh, dude, I love that picture for Laura Loomer. Oh, that shit is funny. Dude, did Kennedy say something about it? Did he? Nah, he didn't, did he? Where did he say it? Dude, look, I mean, dude, look at this. Dude, a Fox News panel condemning Trump. Dude. That's crazy. Dude, what an idiot. Post you mentioned earlier was the time you saw Maga. Right? Like, I mean, here's another one, guys. Right? Dude, look at Laura Loomer, though. Look at Laura Loomer, right? She went all in. Rob Reiner was a loser. Naturally, his son was also a loser, and he got addicted to drugs and allegedly murdered his parents. Looks like Rob should have spent more time parenting and less time spreading Russia conspiracy hoaxes about the president. I stand with President Trump. But you know what's funny about this, though, guys? Look at this. Like, she doubles in, but like, check it out, guys. Talk about the biggest burn here. You got to see this because Loomer goes all in on that, but she used a fake fucking screenshot. Dude, this tweet is not real. It's not even real, dude. She got community noted because she's literally like piling in on Rob Reiner in a disturbing and disgusting way, you know, victim blaming. And then in the end, she uses a tweet that's not even real, bro. Dude, it's like you can't even script how fucking pathetic and unbelievably incapable these people are. I mean, they are such Keystone cops that at every move, they are just, you know, sad. Somebody said sad clowns, right? They are like, just, you know, you're like looking at them like you've seen the meme where it has the creature trying to put the square thing into the triangle hole. And like that is like them all the time, dude. That is literally their entire existence is them trying to squeeze a square fucking piece into a round hole, dude. It's like, oh my God, what are they going to do next? What are they going to do next, dude? Fucking A, bro. Like, dude, Rob Reiner did not send that tweet. It's like, come on, man. You know, I mean, have you known anybody like that? Like, I used to work with a guy that he was the worst waiter I had ever seen in like, you can't imagine how bad this guy was. Okay? He was so bad. He was slow. He would forget shit. So every time I worked in this gay-owned breakfast restaurant, and there were only a couple of us that were not gay that worked there. But it was like, this gay couple owned it, had a strong LGBTQ clientele. And a lot of these guys were like really froofy, wealthy, gay businessmen. They used to come in there and have breakfast. The food was amazing. It was packed. This was when I got here in like 2000, okay? And it was an amazing fucking job, okay? It really was. It was a great restaurant. They have since expanded, and now they're like 3 times as big. Dude, the tips were great. And the customers were awesome. Everybody just loved being there. You know, it was like a place where, you know, people would go and they would get coffee and they would wait for an hour just to get a table, you know, and they'd be hanging out with coffee. And it was like really, I don't know, the vibes were like top tier. Okay. They were. But so this guy, I was remembering like one day, like the restaurant was slammed and a group of really like I don't know, like big money, like gay dudes came in that wanted to have a breakfast, and we had no choice but to give that table to this guy. And the owners were like, oh, fuck. Like, what's going to happen here? Right? They're like, oh, my God. And like, dude, this guy, he fucked that table up so bad that like the guys at the table were laughing. Like, he spilled something on one of the guy's suit. He fucking fucked up all their orders. Another guy, they had this food that came out on these really hot plates for these baked omelets. And he like bumped into one of the guy's neck with the fucking omelet plate. So the guy's like, whoa! You just heard this guy screaming in the fucking restaurant, dude. He burned this guy's neck, bro, with a plate. We were like, everybody in the restaurant was like, oh my God, like, what is going on, dude? Like, we had to just remove the table from him and just be like, just go away, dude. All of us will like take care of these guys. We're bringing out like an ice pack for the guy's neck. I mean, dude, it was like the biggest fucking disaster I've ever seen in my life. And the thing is, though, is that is what MAGA feels like right now. That is literally what all of MAGA, everybody connected to Trump are literally that experience right now. Dude, it is just a disaster show. Dude, they haven't passed anything in Congress. Trump is just writing these executive orders and everybody's flailing. They're fucking fighting. They're falling apart. They're attacking each other. They are just chipping away, spreading nothing but misinformation. Like, oh my God, dude. Oh shit. Dude, that guy is funny. But you know what else is funny about this? Is I have to credit this guy though with one thing. Because the waiter that I'm just talking to you, that I just told you about, that disaster waiter, he is the guy who used to use the phrase, lay some pipe. So when I wrote Dick Strange and I wrote that show and the character talked about laying some pipe, that was a phrase that came from that waiter, dude. Dude. Oh, he used to always talk about like, yeah, I'm going to go lay some pipe. Oh, God, dude. I wonder what happened to that guy. What a disaster. Oh, Jesus. What a fucking disaster, bro. Oh, my God. Dude. Dude, that is just so funny. And how she says, she's like, Rob Reiner was a loser, and then she's posting this fake Twitter. Oh my God, dude. Dude, isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Like, bro, MAGA is so incapable, right? Dude, and dude, we have the head of the FBI going on a podcast. Like, look at this shit, bro. Look at this shit. What are we doing, dude? Dude, there's a podcast with the head of the FBI's girlfriend. Dude, what is up with 𝗙ście Patel's girlfriend, bro? I don't understand. How do they get their faces to look like that, dude? Right? How do they get their fucking faces to look like that, boss? You know what I'm saying? Honestly, how did they get their faces to look like this? Dude, you know what I mean? It is like so bizarre, dude. It is crazy. They all look like the same, too. Dude, they all look the same. I mean, look at her. Just look. Look at her face. Okay? Look at her face. And then look at 𝗙ście Patel's girlfriend's face and tell me they don't have like the same face. I mean, they look slightly different. But you know what I'm saying? But they literally all have the same sort of like sculpted fucking face with the hair split in the middle. Dude, same surgeon, same Botox. You thought it was the same girl? Bro, it's crazy. It is like some weird shit, boss. Dude. And like, meanwhile, there's a, you know, there's a shooter on the loose, and they're on the podcast. They're doing the pod, the Katie Miller pod. All right. All right. Oh yeah, let's see if we can find some shit, dude. Dude, look at this. Look at this. Guys, even fucking Hollyhand, bro. Even our favorite new little like LGBTQ Gomer Pyle is like, Trump puts up a stupid post, right? Even the Hollyhand said it was a stupid post, right? I mean, he's still trying to turn it into some fucking cult, like some anti-Democrat thing. But like, isn't that wild? That's crazy. Even the Hollyhand is doing it. Right? That's pretty wild, guys. When the Hollyhand, when you've lost the Hollyhand, bro, I don't know what to tell you. Dude, well, you know what's so funny is with the Charlie Kirk thing, like every leader, they even voted to memorialize that fool for the most part. Every leader denounced that shit. You know, there were a bunch of people who denounced it and were still honest about Charlie, right? And I think they include that shit too. Like if you say Charlie was a racist, but he didn't deserve to die, in their eyes, you have like made fun of his death. You know? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That, I think there, if you're not in complete worship, right? If you are not worshiping, I don't think they count it. I know, dude, Rob Reiner denounced it. You know, I did not denounce it, okay? I didn't, like, celebrate it. I wouldn't say that I celebrated it, but I had a very sobering viewpoint on the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, like, I don't think political violence is okay. And I don't think that is, like, the type of behavior we should be engaging in. My point was more that, like, political violence, you know, in that case, it seemed to swirl around a particular type of polarization. And again, though, I will go to my grave telling you that if it was Tyler Robinson, he's not a leftist. I am a leftist. Okay, my kid is a leftist. My kid's friends are like super leftists, right? That Tyler kid, not a leftist. Not even remotely a leftist. You know what I'm saying? And that I will go to my grave being like, there's no fucking way that kid's a leftist. So this idea that the left did this crime is ridiculous. Okay, leftists are activists. There's no such thing as a leftist who is like, doesn't speak up about shit. It just doesn't exist. Okay, people are annoyed. That's how you know you're a leftist, because everyone in your family is like, shut the fuck up, please. Right? You go to dinner and the minute somebody makes a comment, the leftist is like, what are you doing? Right? That's literally how you know that you're a leftist, is because you're speaking up all the time. Okay? They don't hold it in. There are no leftists that sit there and are like, boy, I wish I spoke up about the injustice in this world. Right? Yeah. You know what I mean? And yeah, you're right, dude. A leftist wouldn't be dressing like a groiper and making stupid memes like that. But yeah, dude, the internet was pretty savage on Trump. Okay. Oh, yeah, I remember who it was. You know who it was? It was 𝗙𝗪𝗪. Okay. It was 𝗙𝗪𝗪 who came out against Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at this. Look at what she says. She says, this tweet is so disappointing and so unnecessary. It's comments like this that take away from the countless great things real Donald Trump does for America. I mean, I think it's kind of comical that she thinks Donald Trump does great things for America, because I really wonder about you if you're thinking that. But, right? Isn't that nuts, though? Even her is like, she's like head in her hands, being like, what the fuck, bro? But this is so wild, though, guys, because much like, I believe it was Seattle Jen who said, Trump has always been like this. He has always been like this. He has not changed. The only thing that's changed is he doesn't really have the charisma and the endless fealty from his base, right? That's the only thing that changed, is people aren't reacting to him the way they used to. Because I think now he has proven himself as weak, right? And you're right. I think Binge, that's a fair thing to say, that he has gotten worse since he's been elected. He has like sort of pulled out all the stops. I believe since he got elected again, he thinks now he can just be over the top. He's yelling at women every day, right? Calling them names and shit and berating them because he knows he doesn't have to win another election. And yeah, I mean, but dude, I'm having eye trouble at the moment. But I think though, I think he's having some fucking, I think he's having some dome issues, guys. I think he's got what we used to call back in the day, we used to call crispy dome. Okay? I think homie has some crispy dome going on. Dude, he does. It's like, you know, you have, I don't know, 5, 10, 12 strokes, and right, and then pretty soon you wake up and you just got crispy dome, dude. Dude, he is, I mean, did you see this RuPaul clip today? Like, watch this clip of the White House, boss. This is the craziest thing. They're like doing this ceremony, they're doing these medals in the White House, and Trump is just standing there like he doesn't know what to do with himself. Everybody's just ignoring him. Look at this clip, dude. Look at this. This clip is so funny. He's like the president, and it's like 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗪 giving that speech. He's just busking in his own fucking office.
Nice medal.
Nice medal. Nice medal. Mm. Nice medal. Mm. Mm.
That's a great job. That's great.
That's a great job. Man. Oh, grab a Sharpie. Dude. What? Yeah, why is it so everyone's like
Great job, fellas.
like so quiet, bro? Dude, they're all like up there being like, what fucking stinks? Dude, isn't that weird? The fuck is he doing, dude? He's just nice medal. Nice medal. Mm. So bizarre, boss. Fucking A, dude. His looks like Ivanka moment? What is that? What's the looks like Ivanka moment? Did he say something about Ivanka? Wondering how they feel. Well, I think the Mamdani shit, like, definitely weighed on the movement. But ultimately, guys, okay, ultimately the Trump thing is 100%, okay? The Trump thing is 100%, I believe, it's on the shoulders of Epstein. The Epstein move will when they go back and they look at it, it's going to be the Epstein move is the thing that just derailed the whole excursion, right? I mean, dude, he made a huge mistake, you know, just a huge fucking mistake, right? That's what he did. It was a huge miscalculation for him to put all his eggs into the Epstein basket, his cabinet, you know, Bongino, Cash. I mean, he even elevated Pam Bondi. Everybody he elevated was like Epstein to the forefront. They had their PR campaign with the binders and the Fox News appearances. And then all of a sudden they did a U-turn and he said the Democrats made it up. And like, dude, there's no way he's going to recover from that, boss. There's just no way, right? There is no way there's no way, dude, not a chance, right? Yeah. And then don't support me then, right? Like, why are you talking about Epstein? It's a hoax. The Dems made it up. If this is important to you, then we don't even want you anymore. Like, bro, dude, what'd he do, boss? Like, homie, I mean, dude, and then there you go. Yeah, that was a huge miscalculation. I don't know, man. I don't know what made him go that route, right? For the life of me, I can't figure out, like, wow, that's pretty wild. But I mean, I guess that's what happens when you surround yourself with staff that won't step in and give you any advice, right? I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, it's like the yes man sort of complex. Like, I don't know, for me and the people that I know in my close circle, we all like to be surrounded by people who are the voice of reason, right? You know, someone who's fucking, you know, gonna look at your actions and give you something to think about, as opposed to like, yeah, dude, Trump's like, you know, talking to his advisors, should I go out there and say it's a hoax? And they're like, yeah, great idea. Dude, yeah. I mean, the first administration was all still people that had some level of like government service. So they knew, you know, they've been doing it for a long time. Now he's literally surrounded by people that, I mean, like, for example, can we look at Sean Duffy? I mean, look at what Sean Duffy did today. Okay, dude, it's like $25 to buy a fucking steak. Okay, there's like, you know, you go to an airport and a coffee is like $15 to get a fucking mocha. Okay, shit is outrageous. People can't afford shit. Everybody's in a bad mood. Planes are dropping out of the sky, and this motherfucker is making a car commercial for Corvette. Right? Where is it? Dance party goal. All right. Yeah, Kiss Cat. Good idea. Dude, look at this guy. Look at this. He's making a commercial for the Stars and Steel Corvette. Okay? There's only 250 of these made, guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, oh, you're promoting this car of the working man, right? 250 of these made, which means nobody's going to have these cars. Nobody can have these cars except the wealthiest pricks out there. And he's out there fucking, hey, look at this. I'm going to do a car commercial for a Corvette, right? Only 250 made. I'm going to drive it to the Army-Navy game. Look at that, dude. Oh, that's so patriotic. Look at that. Look at how crazy I am driving my fucking whatever Stars and Steel Corvette. How much are these things? Dude, like, there's 250 of these made, and he's doing a car commercial for this? Like, what the fuck, bro? Oh, and look at that, dude. With every vehicle, Chevy will donate $250 to a veteran nonprofit, bro. Dude, it's probably going to be like a $500,000 car, and they're going to donate $250 per vehicle to veterans nonprofits. Like, dude, that is insulting. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, here's a $500,000 car, and I'm going to give $250 to the veterans if you buy this car, dude. Like, what are we doing? Right? They're donating, so for everyone, 250 of them, yeah, they're going to donate $62,000. Are they 200K? Is that how much they are? Dude, what is this, dude? Look at the way he wrote this, right? Look at this. The way they wrote this. They're making 250 units. Look at this. On top of the $250 for veteran nonprofit organizations, Chevy is donating one of one cars to be auctioned at the Barrett-Jackson Scottsdale Winter Auction in 2026. So they're donating one to an auction for rich people, bro. On top of the $250, they donate the price to be a. Look at that, dude. Isn't that crazy? Oh my God, dude. What are we doing, bro? Right? I love this. Well, American farmers go bankrupt. People can't even buy food. But Duffy is like showing us this, you know, this fucking $200,000 car. $207,000? Jesus. Bro, isn't that brutal? Dude, they're all degenerates, man. Whew. They are degenerates. All right. And as long as we're talking about degenerates, can we fucking settle in on this for a minute, guys? Dude, what the fuck is this, boss? Right? Melania, what are we doing? What is up with this family? Dude, there's so much wrong with this, guys. Isn't this crazy? It is like Barron is like taking like, you know, hub shots of his mom. She's all got her hands on his legs. right? She's laying back on the couch. What is with, I mean, who lives in a house like this? Is it just me, guys? But to me, living in a space like this is like garish, okay? It is socially irresponsible. This is real. Yes, this is from a 2016 photo shoot. This is a real photo shoot. It is from the Getty Images. I pulled this right off of Getty. They did a photo shoot in 2016, all right? And it was called like a day at Donald Trump's, a day at home with Donald Trump. All right, let me show you. You ready? I'll show you. This is real shit, guys. This is real shit, right? Getty Images. There it is. 2016. Barron Trump using a Fujifilm Instamax Mini 90, photographing his mother. They had a whole series of these images that they did, right? He's like taking glamour shots of his mom, bro. And I mean, they do these photo shoots every so often, but guys, like, I'm sorry, but this, like, what is this? This is gross, man. Who lives like this? Right? The Barron one is not AI. No, this is not AI. This is a real photo right here, boss. There it is. Getty Images. It's a real deal from 2016. I know people think it's AI because they don't want to accept the fact that this is the family that has been elevated to the, it was 9 years ago. So yeah, he was 10. Isn't that crazy? 10 or 11. How old was Barron in 2016? Let me see. Yeah. So it was after March. He was born in, so it was, yeah, he was 10. He was 10 years old, bro. Isn't that wild? WTF, boss. Well, look at this though. You see this though? You see how, look at this, how they can't, they're like restricted. Like you can't just license these. You know what I mean? Like normally you can just license them on the site, but you have to contact them. Dude, 10 years old. And I mean, that's pretty old to be mounting your mommy. Crazy. Dude, that shit is fucked up, boss. Okay? And I guess so the thing though is for me, if you wanna like whatever, you wanna engage in however you want your family to be, I'm not gonna judge you, right? But I'm a little put off by the fact that these guys are the ones that are trying to, advance a religious, viewpoint here in America, right? Like if you want to like take, I don't know, hub shots of your mom and she's going to feel up your legs. I don't care. You guys want a French kiss and like, have a sister wife. I don't care. Fine. Fuck your cousin. Nobody cares. But when you're doing that shit and you're also advancing a religious doctrine in the country, you're advancing a religious agenda that is consistently telling us how immoral we are, how demonic we are, how shady we are, how we're not living right, we're whatever, we're this, that, and the other. And then we look at you and you guys are scum, then I have a problem. Another thing is like we have Don Jr., okay? Don Jr. announces you know, his engagement. Okay, so Don Jr.'s now getting married to his mistress. Okay, again, the people pushing the religious agenda, Don had a girlfriend, okay? And then he used her all up. He met a girl after she dated Gavin Newsom, and then he, you know, dates her until she looks like this, and then Trump sends her to Greece. Right? You know what I'm saying? Trump sends her to Greece, and then he has a mistress. Boom, he just swaps over to some socialite chick. And now, right? And now he's fucking getting married. And until what's going to happen? He's going to get married, and then Bettina is going to end up looking like this, and then he's going to fucking cheat on her, and then he's going to go meet Bettina number 2, and then they'll send her to wherever, right? Isn't that wild, dude? Like, what are we doing, bro? And these are the people with the religious agenda. Dude, what happened to Kim, bro? Like, really? Can we just take a look at Kim for a minute? Hold on, I'm going to pull a close-up here. Bro. Dude. What happened to Kim, dude? What happened to this woman, bro? Like, dude. Bro. I'm serious. This is, guys. Dude. That was her. Look at that shit, bro. That was her. Right? Not that long ago. I mean, we're aging. Who's the troll? Right? You gotta tag who it is when you say that. When you say, please block the troll, I have no idea who they are. Right? I mean, I have no problem blocking somebody. I think I know. I think I know it was somebody. Did they say something about fucking the diary or some shit? Is that who it was? Somebody crying about fucking like, Biden. Biden. Forget about the fact that fucking, right? Forget about the fact that Ashley Biden came out and said, yeah, like, didn't happen. Oh, don't let a good conspiracy theory go to waste. Right? Dude. Right? Don't let a good conspiracy theory go to waste. But Biden, somebody's talking about Israel in a derogatory manner. Who is that? I think that may have been the same person. Right? Oh, yeah. No, I saw that. Right. Yeah, no, I got rid of that person. Yeah. No, I saw one of their early messages. Then I lost track of them. But dude, look at her though. She looked like a fucking normal person. And that's how she ended up, man. Isn't that wild? Guys, that is like wild, bro. And that's not that long ago. Okay, let's see what year this was. All right. I mean, it's a little while. It's 20 years, right? 20 years. But like, guys, I can show you pictures of me 20 years ago. And, you know, 20 years is not that long. I mean, not to go from like, you know, I like my life to like, you know, kill me now, right? Dude. Yeah, she did not age well at all. I mean, guys, look at her, bro. Like, look at her. What the fuck, boss? Isn't that crazy? And you're right, she did have an Anne Hathaway sort of thing going on. Dude, she was, I don't know, dude. And again, there's more to life than looks, but it's not even about the looks, whether somebody looks, you know, good or bad. It's about the fucking defeat. You know what I'm saying? Like she doesn't look like she even is enjoying her existence anymore. You know what I mean? Like here in these photos with Gavin, she's like full of life. Her eyes are zingy. You know, she's like a woman with a mission. She's out there like going through stuff. And now granted, her relationship with Gavin was not great. Also, he cheated on her. There were some issues, you know. I mean, it's not been, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like that was all hunky-dory either. Gavin Newsom was not a perfect fucking partner by any means. But like the sparkle in her eyes is fucking gone. You know what I mean? Dude, the MAGA women, bro. The MAGA women, dude. Mar-a-Lago. Dude, that's so funny. Dude, that's it. I mean, there it is. Wow. Dude, Laura Loomer. Look at Laura Loomer. Oh, dude. Brutal. There's Nancy Mace. Dude, Nancy Mace is having the same shit. Dude, Kristi Noem, she also took a hit. Bro, that shit is wild. Dude, Erica Kirk's on her way, boss. Right? Like, what is going on, dude? Oh, yeah, dance party. Thank you. Thank you, guys. No, sorry, I forgot. Let's get that going. Dance party! Let's go! There it is. 45, baby. 45. Let's go. Dude. Right? I mean, what are we doing, boss? It is altered and edited. All right. But this is not edited right here. This one is unedited. This is Tony Holt Kramer, dude. This is a very famous Mar-a-Lago woman. Yeah, no, the blonde was Laura Loomer, guys. Dude, Proud Liberal, your MAGA aunt just got Mar-a-Lago face. No! Dude, stop stupidity. Let's go, baby. Let's go! Dude, yeah, no, Laura Loomer, when she was young, dude, okay? She was, okay, dude, this is her, boss, okay? When she was young, she looked like this, dude. She fucking got significant facial work done, okay? Significant. It's fucking wild, dude. It is fucking wild, bro. You know what I'm saying? She was a completely different looking person. She was like I don't know, dude. I thought she looked fine as a blonde. I thought she looked better. She looked like a normal fucking human being. and then she got red pilled and just went over the fucking. Now she looks like Shrek. Dude, drag queens are more authentic. Dude, I myself, no. I always liked a prominent nose. I've dated many women that had prominent noses. I like it. It's a good look. It's a model look. Okay, models have prominent noses. The good ones do. Dude, but like, yeah, I think giving yourself a little cheerleader nose is like some weird shit, especially on your facial structure. Okay? Like Laura, like when you're a woman, even if you don't like your nose and shit, a lot of times the nose fits the face. Okay? I see this all the time with women that have certain cheekbone style faces and they have prominent noses and it looks really good, but then they go and get a nose job and it's like, it's jarring because it's like, no, your face is not supposed to have that kind of nose. Like your nose does have to fit in with the rest of your face or you look like it's just jarring, you know? Dude, I thought she looked good back here, right? But again, looks, you know, she's got to look in the mirror and like how she looks. And like, I'm not convinced she likes how she looks now though, because she's a nasty ass human being. So I don't think she really likes it, you know? But here's the problem though, guys. You ready? And the problem with plastic surgery, guys, is it's the chase. Okay? That's the problem. Okay? And this is with all of this cosmetic work is you don't do a bit of cosmetic work and you're done. Okay? Once you do cosmetic work, you are now beginning the chase. And then the cosmetic work continues. Okay? Because like if you get cosmetic work at age 42, by the time you're 47, that work doesn't look, it doesn't age the same, okay? It doesn't respond to aging the same. So if you get 3 or 4 areas of your face done, every 5 years, those areas are not aging the same way that the rest of your face is. And so then you have to keep updating and redoing and getting it done again. And you keep going, and then pretty soon you're having to like fix other shit that doesn't fit in with the shit you fixed. And then next thing you know, your whole face looks like a fucking raspberry, dude. You know what I mean? It's like you end up chasing the dragon because it's like once you go unnatural, you have to continue adding to it, you know? It just gets out of control, dude. It does. Dude, Paul Stanley. Dude, I haven't looked at Paul Stanley in a while. Let's look at him. Did he go out of... Oh, yeah. Dude. Oh, shit, bro. Jesus, dude. He went in and said, give me the Michael Jackson, bro. Oh, my God, dude. What the fuck, boss? Jesus criminy, dude. Yeah. Dude, that's rough, dude. That is rough, bro. Oh, yeah, there she is.
Hi, everyone. I'm Toni Holt-Kramer.
Dude, there's Toni Holt-Kramer. Dude, she sounds like she is drunk as shit, bro. Oh, my God, dude.
Hi, everyone. I'm Toni Holt-Kramer, founder, president of Trumpets USA, but not going to talk to you about politics. I think we all need a change, something new. How about talking about the new rage, which is mature women with younger men?
Dude.
It's kind of interesting. I've been doing some research on it because we all need a change. I mean, we know all the stories about older men with younger women. That's old news. How about mature women with younger men? Some of the most interesting stories are going to come your way.
Dude, she's
if you keep
hammered.
Following me on all of my social media, Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, everything I can think of, social media.
Or social media.
YouTube and so forth.
Rumble.
And I'll tell you why. Because I think there's a lot to be learned. And, you know, we all have to take other directions and take other roads so that we open our vistas and that we open our knowledge and our mind to what's going on.
Dude, she is fucking shit-faced, bro.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, my God, dude. Dude, she is hammered. Wow. Hi, everyone. I'm Tony Holt Kramer. I want to talk about younger men and older women. Dude. Wow. Tony. Dude. She put the Kramer in Tony Holt Kramer. Dude, she got bank. I mean, you got to, right? I mean, it's like $500,000 a year or something. The Mar-a-Lago fees. Mar-a-Lago membership fees. A $1 million initiation fee. All right. And so it's $1 million to fucking join Mar-a-Lago. Right? $1 million you pay to join that shit. Isn't that wild? Dude. So the people that are hanging out at Mar-a-Lago, oh my God, it's a huge conflict of interest. $1 million to join the club, and you can go there and talk to the president anytime. Dude, Tony Holt Kramer, how old is she? Is she 80? Nah, is she? She's 86. All right, she's 86, dude. Yeah, crazy. 86, 87. Yeah, 87, you're right. Dude, she is pickled. Oh my God. Oh, look at what she used to look like, guys. That was her. Crazy. Dude, this shit's freezing up my fucking... my shit. Freezing up my shit. I mean, dude, she used to be like a bit of a looker when she was younger. Right? Dude, I kind of feel bad though, because I feel like some of this is about computer virus. No, it's certain websites that have a lot of ads. Fuck with the ad block that I use. Right? I use an ad block that's pretty extreme, and some websites are like jam it up because they want you to take the ad block off. But like some of this though, guys, is like our fucking society. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of that is our fucking society that pressures people to look a certain way, to not age. There's like pressure for people to not age, okay? And dude, what a waste of money. I know, dude. I know, dude. $1 million to Trump's club. Crazy. Thank you, Stop the Stupidity. But yeah, dude, it's like our society puts this pressure to not age. Now, with some people, if they're in front of the camera, if they are an actor, like a lot of actors will engage in plastic surgery just to look good for the camera. Okay, that's what part of it is. Like, and I kind of get that. If you're an actor and you're like some type of heartthrob where, like, you know, aging out is going to ruin your career because you have a certain, you know, whatever, your brand is that face, then yeah, sure. They're engaging in it because it is, you know, they're doing it in combination with their makeup artist, and they're making sure that they keep this face that looks pristine on camera. Like, I get that, you know, that's like an adult entertainer buying, you know, boobs. It's just part of, you know, you're accessorizing the package for your money making. Okay. But what I don't get is the people that like aren't in that kind of business, you know, and I guess there's just a social pressure to look a certain way to not age. And, you know, I think it's hard in the red pill world. Okay, because you know those red pill guys, they all have the teenage fetish. So all of those women are struggling. Like, if you look at the Mar-a-Lago women, they all dress like they're in a My Little Pony video or some shit. They do, man. The women at Mar-a-Lago, they dress like they're in a Hannah Montana episode, like they're 12 or something. It's really weird with these pink sequin dresses and like the high shoes and shit. They literally dress like 12-year-olds. It's so gross. Dude, it is. It's some crazy shit, man. I mean, look at that. Like, what is that dress, bro? Right? They're all like, you know, 70 years old, and they're wearing like Hannah Montana wear, dude. Right? 75, right? Dude, it's just weird. You know what I mean? Hi, I'm 70. I'm going to squeeze into this fucking like hot pink sequined outfit. Like, that's not normal, bro. That is not normal. You know? So, you know what I'm saying? To be 70 years old with a Botox face and you're wearing like a fucking, like a Super Friends outfit or some shit. Dude, dude, the high society people are weird, boss. All right. All right. Mar-a-Lago women. It is pretty sad, dude. Dude, yeah, you're right. Oh, there we go. Look at this. It's all about Jesus, guys. It's all about Jesus and revival. Oh. Look at that, dude. Jesus. Dude, this feels like Jesus, doesn't it? Can I see this? Dude. I'm gonna convert my life to Jesus. When I see Epstein's best friend, the guy, the adjudicated rapist up at the podium, I think, Jesus. Right? Don't you? That's what I think. When I see an adjudicated rapist at the podium behind bulletproof glass, I think, Jesus. Dude, and why does he have bulletproof glass inside in a stadium? Like, who's getting a rifle into that stadium, bro? Still with the bulletproof glass? Dude, isn't that funny? Oh my God, with a diaper full of shit. Oh shit. People near vomiting from Trump's aroma. Dude. All right. Next up. Dude, the Trumpy. Dude, I feel like the Mar-a-Lago women, the Mar-a-Lago Google Princess Kalina of Bulgaria. Who is that? Is she gonna scare me? Is that her? Yeah. Yikes. Dude, what's her deal? Is that MTG? Yeah, that's I mean, that's some choices. Dude, that is a choice. Jesus. She does look like a bodybuilder. She looks like she's in training. Jesus. All right. All right. Oh my God. Okay. Can we take a moment here, guys? We got to talk about this Republican convention, okay? Because there's a guy, like, we are now having a Maga battle with, like, the Groypers. Yeah, it's time to move on, dude. After I saw that, I'm done. That's it. It's the end of that, bro. Never going back in there. So you got to see the Groypers are now, it's like Groyper v. Maga. Okay? The Republicans, the Groypers, and Nick Fuentes now, with the absence of Charlie Kirk, they see their opportunity. Yes, he is the guy who got slapped. They see their opportunity, guys, as a chance to take over. Okay? The Groypers are trying to infiltrate the Republican Party. They want the GOP to be theirs. And so there was this young Republican convention in New York City. Benny Johnson went there with his beard, okay? Everybody went to this young Republican convention. Now, these are the guys, the New York young Republicans are the ones who had the Hitler messages. This is like, this is there's some big bigotry in the young Republicans. But now there are people that are even more bigoted than the bigots that are trying to take this over. So we got to watch a couple of these clips, okay? Dude, it was wild. All right. So, first off, we have the protester. Dude, what do we got? Oh my God, dude. So, dude, we got to see this. Dude, this is crazy, bro. Oh my God. All right. So, dude, this guy. Oh, shit. Oh, there he is. Dude. So, fucking, there are a number of things going on, okay? Man. All right. dude, this is just too much. Like, I want to find the one where this guy gets pulled out of the building. Okay? There's another clip where a dude's getting pushed out of the building. Dude, let me find that one. Dude, hold on. We have that clip. Dude, these guys, bro, these are the young Republicans. So I'm trying to get the full story here, okay? Hold on. So there was... Dude, these guys, hold on. All right, that's the slap. But so first off, here, we'll watch this one. There was like a Nazi protester, okay? That went into the Young Republican Gala, okay? And yeah, this is like incel on incel violence. So essentially, we have the Groypers and we have the Young Republicans. And what used to stand between that group was like Charlie Kirk, okay? Charlie Kirk was like the mainstream guy that united all of the Republican influencers. And then the Groypers were this little fringe thing. I know Nick Fuentes was there with Sneeko. But so what happened though is once Charlie Kirk disappeared, those Groypers like Fuentes and these guys, now they think, oh shit, we're going to go in there and we're going to take over the party. Like they now feel like they have some leverage and they're going to be able to become like to make the party become like more of a Groyper thing. And so then this guy was dressed up as a Nazi and he went into the Young Republican convention and he ended up getting like thrown out. There's a clip I'm trying to find. Let me Google it. There was a clip of the guy being forcibly removed from the fucking convention, but I guess I'm not finding that one. I guess he's just outside. All right. We'll just go with the clip we have, but here we go.
Praised Hitler. They invited people who call Jews cockroaches at this event. This is what this event represents. This is everything that this event represents. Shut the
Now this guy's not actually a Nazi, right? Is my understanding. Okay, this guy is a protester who is like, right? This guy's not an actual Nazi. He's just making a statement that they are Nazis, all right?
Praised Hitler. They invited people who call Jews cockroaches at this event. This is what this event represents. This is everything that this event represents. Shut the fuck up! You guys love Nazis. You guys fail to condemn Nazis constantly. This is what they love.
Nobody likes you.
I'll give this to you.
I'll have it.
Take it.
I'll
Take
take
it. Because this is what he is. This is what they are. They are all Nazis. And
I wish.
He wishes
I
he
wish
was
Trump
exactly.
was a Nazi. I wish Trump was
He's
racist.
a disgusting.
Trump is not racist.
Right,
We're not
associated with the NYYs. We're
I'm
content
my own
creators.
thing, by the
We're
way.
our own thing.
Okay, so
I'm
thank
just
you.
saying. But
So
this
these
guy's
are
a
the
faggot,
people
and
who
everybody,
are invited
everybody
to the event.
knows it.
These are very clearly.
Hey, I actually got thrown out. Ask them. I got thrown out. So I didn't. Listen, they condemned me. They threw me
They
out.
did not condemn him. These are exactly.
Well, he's short. They didn't see him.
People are
They didn't
disgusted.
snuck in.
This is
I'm a
the
silly
entire
little guy.
event. The entire event, they invited the alternative.
This guy's a beta male. Nobody
They
likes
invited
him.
Dude, now watch the guy, right? Watch the guy who's saying beta male, okay? This guy over here in the jacket has spent the last minute beta male, beta male, beta male. That's his big dig, okay? You're a beta. You're a beta. He calls him the F slur, but watch.
Fuck you. They invited fucking the pro-Hitler text guys. They invited
Buckle
the
up.
Jews are cockroaches guys. This is all they are.
Subversive, bro. Go back to Israel. Borders are racist, huh? Let's let everybody in. Borders are racist. Let everybody in. Let everybody in. Borders are racist, guys. Flood the country. 10 million Indians. Come on. Borders are racist. We got to let 10 million Indians in. That's what you're saying. Does Israel deserve a border? Does Israel deserve a border?
You guys gotta go.
Let what go?
All right, I'm taking this back.
I'm taking it. This is mine now.
Give him this one.
I want it.
We have plenty at home. We collect tons of them. Get back to me.
Dude,
Does Israel deserve a border?
Is they're actually going to use this
Are you
one.
Jewish?
dude, what the fuck,
Does
bro?
Israel deserve a border?
What are you talking about?
Do you think borders are racist?
Dude,
You invited him.
watch this.
You gave me
Oh, dude. Oh. Dude.
Walk the fuck out.
Dude, and then Sneeko and Nick Fuentes arrive. But like, dude, this is the guy who was yelling beta male, beta male, beta male. Here's a better angle of it. You ready? First off, what was that whole interaction? Like, the guy's yelling about borders and he's fucking, right? What was that whole interaction? He's going off on Israel. These are the groypers.
You invited him to your fucking club. You gave me
Dude, like, what happened to the guy who was yelling beta male? I mean, dude, isn't that wild? He screams beta male for like 2 minutes. His brain hiccuped. Bro, he was like, I'm out, boss. Dude, that was wild, dude.
You gave
Dude.
You gave me
Dude, wild.
You gave me
Oh. Dude, that was like connection, bro. Dude, look at the hair. Dude, the hair. But guys, you ready? Hold on, dude. Is this guy running for office? Oh my God. Wait, is the guy next to him is not the guy from Indiana or Oklahoma, is it? But now watch this though, guys. Watch this. Because now the guy who got slapped is doing, you gotta watch this, okay? He's doing a bit of content with 𝗙𝗙𝗃𝗍𝗃. Dude, let's go. Stop the stupidity. Let's go, baby. 15 minutes left. So you remember Lily? I don't know if you guys know who 𝗙𝗙𝗃𝗍𝗃 is, but so 𝗙𝗙𝗃𝗍𝗃 she's the woman who said the N-word on TikTok. Remember? She said the N-word. Dude, James, let's go, baby. She said the N-word on TikTok, and all of a sudden she became a right-wing influencer. 𝗙𝗍𝗏, let's go, boss. So you gotta see this though, right? Are young white men obligated to marry a ran through white woman? But like, dude, like watch this piece of content and then you realize how like these people, they have trouble putting together a grammatically correct fucking sentence. You know what I'm saying? They have trouble putting together a grammatically correct sentence. Now she's rich and famous. I don't think she's like all that rich. I mean, she has a little bit of infamy, but she was definitely rich before she started this. That's the only reason she's getting away with it, because she's like, has not really been able to monetize this, I don't think, in an effective way. But she's definitely a rich kid. Like all of these guys that are super uneducated that are doing this kind of grift are rich kids living in New York, certainly living in fucking apartments that their mommy and daddy are paying for 100%. You know what I'm saying? 100%. Because none of them have jobs, okay? And they all like, but watch this piece of content though. This is like, when you realize, like, holy shit, these people are fucking brain dead.
The young white man, you are truly alone. All the young white guys need to team up because it is us against the world. Everyone hates us. You guys need to wake up to that fact. We need to become racist and we need to take charge.
And by the way, don't buy into this propaganda that, oh, white girls are just whores. Let's go to fucking Colombia and get a cheap hooker.
Yeah.
This passport bro bullshit, that's Jewish as fuck. That's a Jewish psyop to make you have mongrel babies.
If you're non-white, if I was non-white and I wasn't in this battle like I am, if I was a black dude, I would be a passport bro.
Yeah.
For non-whites, I get it. Because you can go to a third world country and get a much hotter girl. You just can't as an American with like more money. You can pull something way better in a third world country, but she's going to be brown. But if you're a black dude or if you're a brown dude, that's fine. If I was non-white, I think I would be a passport bro. But if you're white, we're going to have to wife up these hoes. Dude. You're going to have to suck it up and wife up one of these American white girls, and but it'll be okay. Because
your race matters that much. Like
watch this.
Your race. In 10 generations, your line will have continued. And nobody will care that your great-great-grandmother was a hoe because you exist and you're more white people. The white race must be preserved at all causes. And by the way,
the white race must be preserved at all causes, is what she said, dude. So, right? Like, what are these people even saying, dude? They don't even know what the fuck they are saying. They are literally just standing up there basically announcing, hi, I'm brain dead, and I'm going to sit in front of a camera with no script. And what the fuck is this mustache, bro? Dude, homie's got a fucking, like, a small rodent died on this guy's upper lip, and he hasn't been able to get it off, dude. What are we doing? They are fools. They are so dumb. You know what I'm saying? They're like so dumb, bro. They are. It is like sadism improv. Dude, you guys ever see the movie 𝗏𝗏𝗏? This is like a reality TV version. This is like the characters of 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Where are they now? Right? The paint huffer, dude, right? Dude. But again, these guys are living on a trust fund. Okay? They don't have any jobs. There's not a huge market for this content. Dude, let's go. Dude, stop the stupidity. We got 12. We got to go back and grab a couple others. Dude, Stop Stupidity came in with another one. Let's go, boss. We got Karmic Mayhem. This is a Nazi slapping a Nazi thinking he's a lib. Dude, yes, way out of their fucking zone. Proud Liberal said, have you heard of Donna Briggs reverse Dolezal? I don't know what that means. I have not heard of her. And then we already got those, I believe. We're going to give one more. Let's go. Dude, who is Donna Briggs? Dude, country club assholes. Yes. Yes. Oh, Lord, dude. But look at this, though. He calls himself 5'7", high value alpha male. The guy who took that slap, right, this is the 5'7" high value alpha male, bro. Oh my God, dude. Bro, right? Alpha male. Oh, that's funny, dude. Dude. Whoa.
You gave him a
Oh, dude. She's black, now white chick. Dude, what? Yeah, those people are crazy. This is the new Maga, guys. The Groypers are taking over. Oh, let's go. 14, baby. We got 6 minutes. We need 6 and 6. Oh, shit, boss. Isn't that funny? Like that shit, guys, is just... It's just too much, bro. High value? Dude, I don't even know what that means, right? You know what I'm saying? That slap needs a sound effect. It does indeed. There it is. Dude, we'll give him a... Dude. Then they took a picture together later. Right, I guess. Dude, and then Sneeko showed up. Dude, these guys are like so crazy, dude. Dude, what is up with Nick Fuentes wearing his little rain boots? What are these guys doing, man? These guys have been like harassing each other for years. Dude, they're so like, I don't know, man. When I see them, guys, you know what I think of? When I see them, I just think that like they're like small. You know what I'm saying? They're small. Dude, stop the stupidity. Let's go. That's the only word I can think of, is that they're small. And so everywhere they go, they spend a lot of time trying to like enlarge themselves. You know, they try to chew up the scenery. There's a saying in the theater, right? If you go out on stage and you overact, okay, like normally you go out on stage and the actors are sharing in real moments, but some people will go out there and they're just like big and every emotion is over exaggerated and they call it chewing up the scenery. And when that happens, guys, is when you have an actor that's not very good at the craft and somebody that's not confident in what they do. So they don't just go out there and live the moment. They feel like they have to show the moment so the audience gets it and notices them, and they chew the scenery. And all of those zealot sort of Groyper MAGA influencers, they all just chew the scenery the whole time. That's all they know how to do, is go out there and just chew as much of the scenery as possible all the time. It's just a constant, like, I'm small, please, like, notice me, please see me over here. Right? Miss Lily is on the map. Don't ever come to Oakland because it's on site. Blackface lady needs to chase her friend's mustache down the street. Oh, May Money. Dude, if she goes to Oakland, it's on. Dude, May Money's got your number, Lily. Dude, she is on the map, isn't she? Dude, she's on the Yelp map, the do not map. Dude, let's go. Stop stupidity. Let's go. All right, guys. We need 2 more. 3 minutes. Down to the last two. We're bringing it in hot. Alfalfa males. Oh my God, dude. What a great phrase. The alfalfa males. Oh, that's it. That is it. Dude, that's so great. The alfalfa males. Man. It's like seeing people go out of their way. Dude, stop stupidity. Let's go. There it is. One away. This dance party is going. It's happening, boss. I feel it. I feel it in the bones. Dude, 2 minutes. Easy. Easy peasy peasy. Dude, what horses do after they eat alfalfa, yeah, they relieve themselves, right? Dude. Oh, there it is, furrow, bringing it in. Let's go. Oh, and bass notes. Let's dance. We will dance, bass notes. Let's go. Dude, we love to see it. Dude, the alfalfa males. Oh, that's good. Oh, that shit is good. All right. All right. Next up. Dude, so the other thing today, right? The other thing today, guys, is we did hit the goal. We got it. Goal done. Oh man, these guys are so crazy. Dude, what are they doing, bro? Oh my God. Dude. Dude. Wow. The young Republicans, dude. Isn't that crazy? Jesus. And you know what's wild though, guys? Is that Donald Trump gave these guys a home, right? These people are like the head of their class because of Donald Trump. Isn't that wild that Trump made that? Like, and dude, this guy is 35, dude. These guys are in their 30s. They're not kids. They're not 19-year-olds. They're in their 30s talking this shit about like Hitler and stuff, bro. What are we doing, man? Oh my God. All right. So in other news, guys, as long as we're on the Maga hogs, dude, Candace Owens, look at this. Candace tweeted, you ready? We had the summit, guys. We had the Candy-O summit. We had the Jesuit Grifter summit. Candace Owens and Erica Kirk had a private meeting to determine the future of TPUSA and the Candy-O media machine. Was a peace treaty signed? Something went down. We don't know. But Candace said, Erica and I had an extremely productive 4.5-hour meeting that I think we both feel should have taken place a lot earlier than it did. We agreed much more than I had anticipated. Of course, we also disagreed on various points and people as well. Most importantly, we were able to share intel and clarify intent. I will, of course, have a full rundown for you all tomorrow as I am currently exhausted, but I wanted to quickly let you guys know that absolutely nothing was held back, and the immediate result was that tensions were thawed. So Erica and Candy are going to be in cahoots, maybe? Is there going to be a coordinated attack? Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was wondering, like, Candy's like, all right, Erica, here's the deal. I want some of that insurance money. And Erica's like, Her eyebrows did her shit, and then she's like, how much you want? I pity the fool. You see my rings? I pity the candy fool. Right? Dude, Drew Ad, let's go. And then Candy said, you know, Egypt. That wasn't a 30-06. And Erica said, I'll give you 20%. I pity the fool. Right? Dude, Candy said, I want all my love letters from Charlie. She's like, I pity the fool. Dude. Oh my God. But look at the people though. You're not going to stop investigating, right? You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, TPUSA went and did their stream. Said they wouldn't do. Okay? So now can we all just get along? They're doing the Rodney King over here. Let it breathe. Can you drag the rundown out over the course of a couple months? Dude, this guy's like, I hope you stood your ground, keeping your soul intact. Okay? Dude, let's go. Oh, shit. What's going to happen? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Because then Erica, okay, you ready? Like, look at this shit. So there were people, guys, that were worried that she wasn't going to survive. The most evil people are in charge of our country. Yes, Fallen. You're not wrong. So apparently, guys, there were actually people that were worried that Candace Owens was not going to survive. Okay? They were, seriously, there were people that were on Instagram. You ready? I mean, watch this shit, dude. Let me see. Like, look at this, right? Am I the only one worried about Candace Owens? Okay? Dude, there were people on Instagram that were worried that Candace Owens was not going to be safe. Okay? And when the meeting took a long time, they were actually in Candace Owens' comments, like worried. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Look, getting a bit worried. The plane Erica took to Nashville had a scheduled flight departure time back to Scottsdale for 4:30. The aircraft still has not departed Nashville, and it's 8 p.m. What is going down at Candace's house? That's fucking Jordan Danner up here, Indiana native, Bible believer. Lord have mercy. What the fuck? Dude, who are these people? Candy wasn't wearing her wedding ring today. Oh shit. Dude, did they have a Moms for Liberty event? Like, bro, these are the Candace Owens people, the Bible believers. Everyone is worried about Candace's life. Okay? Dude, look at this shit. Is anyone else worried about Candace Owens? She's meeting with Erica. She hasn't said a word. I've been worried sick all day from Tim O'Connor. Dude, what the fuck, bro? There's no way. Are these people real? There's no way these people are real, dude. What world are we living in, guys? The Tyler defense team is posting about being worried about Candace's safety? Dude, I'm pretty confident this is Erica Kirk heading to Nashville to meet with real Candace O. This is the jet that flew from Scottsdale to Provo shortly after Charlie Kirk passed. Its tracking features are turned off. Dude, they are like, dude, LARPers. They are like going crazy, man. The Real Baron podcast, like Egypt. Oh, okay. But then Candace, she posted on Instagram, hey guys, I made it out alive.
4.5 hours later, I'm alive. I'm totally fine, and I'm sorry. I was going to do a show for you guys this evening, but I
Oh, shit, sorry.
I'm truly exhausted, very productive.
All right, here we go. Dude, I'm alive, she says. Like, dude.
4.5 hours later, I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm totally fine, and I am sorry. I was going to do a show for you guys this evening, but I am truly exhausted. Very productive conversation. I asked every single question. I mean, from Egyptian planes to Turning Point USA Faith, and I was very surprised by some of the answers that I got, and I think they were also very surprised when I shared certain intel. This probably should have happened a very long time ago, but I wanted to let you guys know that I am alive, and I will have the full rundown for you guys tomorrow of what transpired. And yeah, I think it was definitely a very big step in the right direction. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right, I'm alive. I made it out. Dude, they're now the Clooney sisters. Let's go! No, so, guys, they are like, I'm curious what's coming up, okay? Because I don't believe that Candace Owens, like, the thing that we got to remember here is that Candace Owens didn't, like, she didn't invent the conspiracy, like, requirement, okay? She merely filled the slot. Like, a whole bunch of Charlie Kirk fans actually feel something is not right with this situation. And now Candace is essentially in the Donald Trump Epstein seat, right? You know what I mean? Like, Candace fed the conspiracy, the lies of TPUSA. And so now if Candace goes out there and just says, oh, Erica's great, everything I said is like, was wrong, this is all perfect. Like, if she does that, that is actually the one thing that could completely ruin her credibility. So I guess I am kind of curious, like, how she's planning on navigating this, because she can't simply stop investigating and all of a sudden give TPUSA a free pass. I mean, the conspiracy people don't really, I don't know, they don't really let up like that, you know? The new host of Charlie's show, maybe she's going to be sitting in Charlie's seat. That's what I want to see. I want to see her sitting in Charlie's seat. Poor Erica is a tool of the bad guys. See, I don't really think that. I don't think that Erica's a tool of the bad guys. I think Erica's the hungry one, guys. When I look at her and I look at the way she plays this shit, Erica's the hungry one. She is the beauty queen that ain't that much of a beauty, right? Right, she's like the smart girl that ain't that smart. She's got a bunch of degrees, but they're all from like Liberty University. You know what I'm saying? She's almost 40, which makes her like ancient. She's like already over the hill in the right wing land. She's like a has-been, you know? And so what's more about that is I think for her, I think she is lapping up the spotlight, lapping it up. Like, I think she believes she is getting the spotlight and the fucking, the attention that she's deserved the whole time. But the problem is that she's so awkward. Like, she is not, like, you know, what I was talking about with Jenny is how she reminds me of like Katie Britt times 100 with her biblical bunker personality, where she doesn't know how to speak. She's like, can I just tell you about my family and how Jesus was born to rescue us from our sins? Jesus, praise Almighty Jesus. Right? She's like, it's like, whoa, why are you pronouncing that word like that? Like, what's up with your cadence? Why does it sound like there's somebody like playing with some wires in the back panel of you right now? You know, and what's going on with your eyebrows? Right? Did you see, oh my God, what was the movie about the Valentine's robot? Right? What was the movie? Dude, it was so good. The movie of the Valentine's robot, where they had the robots that it just came out. She burned her fucking hand in the candle and shit. It started with a C, I think. Companion? Yes. She seems like a Christian robot companion that somebody's constantly like fucking with the wiring. And she's like, yes, Jesus. Dude, oh, that movie was so good. This is a really good movie. I highly recommend it. She learned to speak by watching Christopher Walken movies. Yes. Yes. Oh, man, dude. Dude, can I show you? I pulled a frame from her. Like, let me show you this frame, dude. I was pulling frames from her town hall. Dude. Look at that, bro. Dude, how? Look at how far this is not AI. This is real. Look at how far down that frown goes. I have never seen a human being take their frown down that far, dude. It is Grumpy Cat is right. That is wild, dude. She looks like a Ford F-150. What does that even mean? I love it. Oh, man. Dude, that is crazy. Resting Jesus face. That is something else, boss. Like, we are, you know what I mean? That is some prime stuff, boss. Oh, Lord. So, yeah, we had the big meeting. All right, here's Tommy Lauren on fucking Candace Owens.
I understand why she'd want to take this meeting, because she wants to put it to rest. Yeah. And I understand, because I think she's discovered by now that it's not going away anytime soon. I personally, if I were her, I wouldn't do the meeting. I wouldn't give this other person any content, because that's what this person is going to use it for, content. Because when you have nothing else to talk about, when you're not talking about conservative policy, when you're not talking about the conservative agenda, or talking about young college conservatives on campus, which is what TPUSA does, right? You need content, and you need to use other people for your content because you're a vulture. So I wouldn't give that person any content. This is Tommy Lauren, who is, like, we know, the queen of conservative policy, right? Tammy doesn't do, right? Tommy Lauren doesn't do any fucking content, right, guys? Dude, yeah, what's the policy exactly? Hi, today we're going to talk about forcing your 10-year-old daughters to give birth. Welcome to my show, Tommy Lauren's Rapist Birthday. Grapist Birthday, right? I would ignore them, and I would not feed the beast. Now, I understand wanting to do it and wanting to put it to rest, but I think it's never going to be for some people, because they will just continue to feed off that carcass. And I would hope that at some point it ends and some people would find some decency. But I think they're making way too much money. And that's the unfortunate part about social media. There used to be a time in media where if you said horrible, disgusting things, you didn't have much of a platform anymore because nobody would touch you. But then social media happened.
Let's pause right there, because she said there used to be a time in media where if you said horrible, disgusting things, like, there would be consequences and nobody would get into it. But, like, dude, it's not social media, guys. Social media, you used to get canceled from your behavior on social media. Does anyone want to tell us what has made the modern version of saying horrible, disgusting things and it being okay? Who started that? Yeah. Thank you, Yam Leaf. Donald Trump is the one who ushered in that era of I'm going to say horrible, disgusting things about women, about my ex-wives, about my opponents, about my friends' wives, about, like Ilhan Omar, about entire races of people or all the immigrants. I'm going to mock a disabled reporter. He's going to talk about having sex with his own daughter, right? It was Donald Trump that ushered in the era of be disgusting, monetize it. Yeah, birtherism, the Trumpedo. Exactly, dude. Dude, let's go.
Fortunate part about social media. There used to be a time in media where if you said horrible, disgusting things, you didn't have much of a platform anymore because nobody would touch you. But then social media happened. And
social media happened. Donald Trump happened. So now if you say horrible things, Trump just says he's with me, and all the cult people are like, I'm going to buy another Trump Bible. Let's go.
YouTube happened, and suddenly you can say awful, horrible things, and you can still have an audience, and you can make a lot of money. So again, I find it really disgusting we've gotten to that place.
Dude, everybody is, do you notice this though? Do you notice that all of these YouTubers are pretty jealous of Candace Owens? Because, I mean, let's be honest. That's what's really going on here is Candace Owens' YouTube channel is huge, and she's black woman, right? Tommy Lauren is the rich white girl, and her YouTube channel is like zilch show, okay? Dude, right? If you look at Tommy Lauren, like, let's look at this, dude. Oh, that video's great, dude. Fucking... Right? Let's look at Tommy Lauren. Tommy Lauren is fearless. Dude, I have practically as many subs as Tommy Lauren. Her YouTube channel is like as big as mine, bro. You know what I mean? Dude. So Tommy Lauren is here, 1.4K views 3 days ago, right? That's Tommy Lauren. Candace Owens. Oh, shit. Oh, 2.7 million. Yikes, bro. Dude, there it is. I mean, that's really what's going on with Tommy Lauren. Right? The rich white girls pulling, 3K views, and Candace Owens is pulling 3 million views, and it's just not okay with her. Right? It is not okay with Tommy Lauren that a black woman is like steamrolling her. Right? Oh shit, boss.
And I think we also need to talk about the rising anti-Semitism on the right and how it needs to be squashed, because I find it repulsive and disgusting.
Indeed.
There it is. Oh, Lord, dude. That is funny, boss. Dude. Dude, it's all the same two clips, bro. Right? Yeah. Oh, shit. Dude, there it is, though. This is I think this is a Candace Owens supporter, though, something. Right? I told you I'm surprised by some of the answers. They're going to, they're going to do the joint grift now, I think. Right? I think we're going to see the joint grift. Okay? Right? Extremely productive. We were together on more than I expected. I was really surprised by some of the answers. I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be it'll be real curious. But so I wonder, here's what I wonder. What I wonder is if that meeting was about what avenues 𝗫𝗫ce can continue harping on. Okay? Right? Like, I wonder. 4.5 hours. Dude, that's a long fucking meeting, right? But it had to be somewhere along the line of, okay, this thread you can talk about, this thread you can talk about, this one, nope. This, right? And I mean, did money exchange hands? Like, what's going on? Because you know that 𝗙𝗟𝗏 has a mission, okay? 𝗙𝗟𝗏 wants to groom all of the American children, right? That is the what 𝗙𝗏𝗏 wants is she wants to groom all of the American children. And 𝗫𝗫ce supposedly wants to, you know, find out the truth of Charlie's murder. So yeah, no, it's going to be interesting, right? And look at this. They're already calling it out. When 𝗫𝗫ce changes her tune tomorrow, it's going to be so delicious watching all our fans try and cope with it. Because I you know, 𝗫𝗫ce is sort of like painted in a fucking, she's a little bit painted in a corner here, you know? But there it is, right? Why is Candace Owens assuring her fans that she's alive? It's because a disturbing number of people have been concerned for her welfare, speculating that Erica Kirk, along with Israelis, Jews, and various other interested parties, would try to assassinate her. Instagram and TikTok have been flooded with people getting impatient and worrying about her safety. Bro, like, guys, this is not even Candace Owens. The last thing I want to touch on before dance party, guys, is we have to look at what has been going on today with the Republican Party, with MAGA, where now literally, guys, the entire MAGA social media strategy that was going all day today was MAGA posting a picture of the white woman, the young Republican woman who was shot at Brown University. There were 2 people killed. One was a white woman and the other one was a dark-skinned guy. But what MAGA has been doing all day, and all of the right-wing online influencers, is they have been posting a picture of the white woman, and they've been saying, we're under attack. This is a civil war. They are killing us. We can't let them do this to us. How long are we going to put up with them killing us? I mean, dude, I'm not even joking. Watch this shit in my fucking For You page. Okay, watch. We're going to scroll through and look at some of this, because they've all been doing this. Here's one. You ready? Look at this. Right? Will the media report the victim of the Brown shooter was a young conservative Christian white woman who ran the only allowed young Republican group on campus? Okay, but dude, 2 people died, right? But they're like the victim as though there was only one victim, okay? But now, dude, it gets crazier. All right, let's go to Benny Johnson. Let's look at all of these guys. They're on an op, guys. Okay, Benny Johnson, you ready? His is outrageous, because watch what he does, dude. Mind you, there's not even a suspect yet. Okay, they don't even have a suspect in this shooting. And look at what Benny Johnson posts. Right here, he says, Ella Cook was just 19 years old, a conservative, a Christian, vice president of the Republican Club at Brown, brutally killed by a shooter in what appears to be a targeted political attack. Oh, really? Oh, it really appears to be a targeted political attack? From what? Where'd you divine this information? Did you talk to God himself? And he said, Benny, stop hooking up with that TPUSA boy. Like, get out of there. It was a targeted political attack, right? If you still don't see what's happening, you haven't been paying attention. And then he goes and lists a bunch of shit that is all supposedly, right? Alina Habba attacked. Dude, she wasn't attacked. She was fired from a job she shouldn't have had. Dude, right? You know what I'm saying? There, he says LA riots and terror attacks. Like, oh, is that Christian? He's got the J. Jones, of course. Dude, right? Dude. Man, he will jerk you off. Stairwell. Dude, he will, won't he? But all of them, guys, you ready? Let's go. We got to look at this, okay? They're all posting about Ella Cook, okay? Watch this, right? Let me find the ones here, right? Here's another one. Oh, yeah, this guy, right? Like, look, all of this. This is going on. Hundreds of right-wing accounts are all spreading this, okay? That, like, they're only mentioning Ella Cook, and they're trying to tie it to Charlie Cook, okay? Like, for example, you ready? Let's get in on this. Let's go to End Wokeness. They kind of are trying to incite violence, or if they don't incite violence, what they're trying to do is they're trying to create some blanket narrative that the Democrats are inciting violence. I don't know that they're necessarily trying to incite violence, because I believe most of them are pussies. I think they're trying to excuse the arresting and removing of the rights of Democratic people, right? If Democrats are violent murderers, then they can start arresting them and start sending them to Alligator Alcatraz, and there would be no issue with it, right? You know? And I mean, maybe if there's some more violence, then they can blame that on us too. But like, look at this guy. Brown University victim ID'd VP of the Republican Club. Okay? Let's see how many posts they got here. They're going to keep calling the right Nazis so they can keep killing you, right? Right? How much more of this will we take? And then they show some people and I'm like, what do you mean by that? Like, how much more will you take till what? Are you gonna, you're gonna roll up End Wokeness? Like, your anonymous account, you're gonna show your face and roll up with your Civil War buddies? And we're gonna fucking fight? Or what are you saying? You're gonna go start killing Democrats? Right? Dude, shooter was not left wing. He was a Republican. All right, this had no political affiliation whatsoever. It's a guy having a mental health crisis. All right, this guy, not a Republican, a Mormon raised in a Maga family. Okay, this person, she was one of two people that died, and a whole bunch of other people got injured. But like, dude, they don't even list that a second person died. Okay, it's only that, they were shooting the Republican, targeted. Okay, this is like an insane fucking thing. Now look at this one. This one, guys, is, you ready for this? This is some random Twitter account called J5Killer, okay, which we have no idea who this account is from. It's some random fucking whatever right-wing racist fucking bullshit account. But look at what this guy tweeted. It says DM from non-anon source about Ella Cook, right? From non-anon source. What does that even mean? If it's a non-anon source, you're saying it's not anonymous? Okay, so who is your source? But look what this says. It says she was a leader in the only conservative group on campus, which had 15 members, 19-year-old from Alabama. Providence Police Department called the family late last night and informed them that they believed the attack was targeted. The girl was a conservative Christian, a leader of one of the only right-wing groups on campus. Okay, it was her and her conservative and moderate friend group. The killer entered with a plan, looked for her, and then shot her in the face. Okay, but like, guys, this is some random thing typed up in notes. It doesn't even have, like, it has weird capitalization that is on and off. And this guy's saying it's a DM from a non source. But you ready for this, guys? Look at the quote tweets here. If you didn't realize they're targeting right-wingers, I don't know what to tell you, right? Ella Cook, like Charlie Cook, right? Oh, wait. Conservatives are being hunted. Charlie Kirk was only the beginning, okay? Being a conservative is now a moving target on your head. If this checks out, a lot of people need to be raided, arrested, or worse. If this is true, Congress needs to condemn the violence from the left, right? Targeting killing seems plausible at Brown. Antifa, maybe, right? Dude, it's like thousands of these, okay? This is just spread by fucking bots. This guy, okay? Isn't that crazy? Every single one of us who speaks our mind is a target. Dude, it's being reported Ella Cook was targeted, specifically targeted. It's being reported by a random Twitter account that typed something up in notes that said, ooh, the cop said it's targeted, right? Throw every shitlib into a death camp now. Yeah, all right. Dude, look at this. Send every single member of Antifa or Antifa adjacent groups to prison for decades. You see what's going on here, guys? They're looking for an excuse to be able to arrest Democrats and have somebody not throw a fit. Okay? It is performative, but guys, all I can say, look, they're killing conservatives. Right? Oh, this one says the fucking stages of genocide. This person is now saying there's a conservative genocide happening here in America. But guys, the thing that I find unnerving about this is that look at the damage they've caused to transgender people in the last 5 years. Okay? They found a hinge issue, men and women's sports, to sort of eke in and use that to diminish like the entire group of transgender people, okay? They found inroads with DEI. They found inroads with threats of like CRT. So they have found some inroads that have resonated with people where once it's no longer about transgender rights, it's just about men infiltrating sports. They have like, it's not like those people are going to become virulently anti-trans, but what they are is the people who buy into the men and women sports thing. When the Republicans hurt the transgender people, those people look the other way. Okay? That's all it is. All it is they don't even need active participants in their movement. They just need people to look the other way while they cause harm. And so that's what they're kind of trying to do with this Democrat violence thing, is I think they're trying to activate enough the Democrats are violent animal sentiment to where they can start hurting Democrats physically, or by putting them in jail, and people won't fucking make a big deal about it. They're trying to find a way to engender that. And they tried this during Jay Jones's election. Okay? Now, obviously, Jay Jones winning really shows that they're very far from the target right now. Okay, they are. They're very far from the target right now. But I think it's pretty obvious what they're after. Okay, they are like, the whole thing is just a scare tactic. Now, I guess for me, guys, the thing that worries me about this is how it combines with school children. Okay, because, you know, as we've seen with Benny Johnson in particular. You go and like look at Benny Johnson. Where is he? Let's find Benny. So a lot of this man's audience is like 10-year-olds. Okay. And so if you have a bunch of 10-year-olds that are being told Democrats are evil, they're demonic, they're dangerous, they're Satan, they're trying to make you gay, they're violent, like be careful, the Democrats are trying to kill you. If you tell that to Christian 10-year-olds over and over and over again, if that's infiltrating all their TikTok content, their gamer content, they're seeing multiple influencers like Benny and Asmund Gold and, Sneeko and all these guys, Aiden Ross, are repeating this message. That does create a situation where, they could be harming a group of our population that are already kind of maladjusted. Okay? Young men are already growing up kind of alone. They're not being raised by healed fathers in many cases. They're being raised by dudes that are emotionally disconnected. They're being raised by people that, they're being raised by these influencers that are like pumping their brain up with like, let's feed your resentment and let's aim it at those Democrats because they're like the gay satanic killers that are going to hurt your family and shit. They are being told that dating women is gay. Dude, right? You know what I'm saying? Whole bunch of Dems just voted not to impeach. What are you talking about? Right? Dude. Oh. Not to impeach? Dude, what? Impeach Trump? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? There's no impeachment vote today. Dude. Let's go. Dude, dating women is gay, but dating Benny Johnson is not. Impeachment vote for Trump. Dude, well, the thing about this, though, is like, what is even an impeachment vote? There's no point in voting for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is like the stupidest vote to even have. Because it's not going to pass. It's certainly not going to pass the Senate. Like, I think even taking an impeachment vote when you don't control the House is just a stupid, theatrical, fucking nonsensical thing, right? Like, oh, let's take a vote that is not going to pass, right? I mean, to me, that just seems dumb. Oh, it's Al Green? All right. I just don't think that, like, you should even be taking that vote. It's hard for me to take that seriously, right? You know what I'm saying? And what's more, though, you know what it is, though, guys? Oh, they voted to table it. Got you. So they voted to table it. Well, here's the deal, guys. Remember this and listen to me. Pay attention here, guys. We went through this with the shutdown. Okay. The thing is, guys, is you have to shoot your shot when it's time to shoot your shot. Okay. Which means if you take a silly impeachment vote in January of 2026, when the election is 11 months away, you don't control the House. That shit ain't going anywhere. The news cycle of that will be gone in 3 days because everybody knows all the Dems would impeach Trump in 2 seconds. It's like a wasted ammunition. Like, let's focus on shit that actually has viability at like destroying the Republicans and MAGA in a very real way. You know what I mean? Like an impeachment vote, like we know that all the Democrats would really vote to impeach Donald Trump if it would actually have some sort of effect. We don't need verification from the Democrats that they want to impeach Trump. Like, I don't think we need that right now. What we do need is we need to win some red districts, right? What we saw with these votes here were plus 20-point swings. We need to go after and find some middle of the road Democrats, the kind that we hate, those liberal milk toasters like fucking, Maria 𝗙់𝗵𝗪, and we need to have a bunch of them win Trump plus 10 red districts is what we need to do. That's what we need to do. And then Hakeem Jeffries will fucking get all of those people on board for the votes to fucking sink Trump's agenda. That's kind of what I think we need to do. I don't know. I just don't know about the impeachment vote. Winning the Senate would be very nice. Winning the Senate would be really good. I just think like impeachment should wait until we control the House, till we can actually pass it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. I think we need to do it. We need to do it when we control the House. I mean, guys, it's like if you're a leftist, I realize if you're a leftist, you want a revolution. Okay? You know what I mean? If you're a leftist, you want a revolution, but you're not going to get a revolution without 30 years of concentrated effort, right? We need, you know what I'm saying? We gotta, at some point, instead of us balking about the Democratic Party, we have to get a whole bunch of leftists doing what Zoran Mamdani did, which is to actually win a mayor race and then start locally building leftist policy in local environments so people fucking get on board instead of constantly having to play to these middle of the road independents. We are so stuck having to try to appease. There's a voter group in the middle of America that are white voters that are not very informed, and they just literally switch their vote every 4 years. You know what I'm saying? They vote for Trump, then we vote for Obama. Oh, we're mad. We're going to vote for Trump. Oh, we're going to vote for Biden. Oh, we're going to vote for Trump. Then what they're going to do, we'll vote for Gavin Newsom. Then we're going to vote for a Republican. And the whole time, we are literally trying to do a dance to get those low information, middle of the road idiots to vote for us, right? And instead, you know what I mean? Instead, we have people who want to put progressive shit into play, right? Katie in fucking Seattle, Zoran in fucking, New York City. I mean, Karen Bass is trying to do it in LA, but we need more of that. We need more of these progressive mayors and progressive governors, right? And just people actually getting the policies done locally. I feel, guys, that the local is the answer. And I know that's really hard because it's like a 20-year change. Nobody wants to hear that we need 20-year change. Everybody wants to do, I think some people want to do a Trumpian kind of takeover of the Democratic Party. They want some progressives to come in there and just smash the Democratic establishment and take the party. But the problem is I think when you do that, it doesn't turn out well. Look at the Republican Party right now. You know what I'm saying? Look at the Republican Party. They are a fucking disaster. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You maintain your position on impeachment. Hey, man, if that's important to you, but Magna, I'm just going to say this, Magna. It's you're allowed to have that position on impeachment, but if you literally say, I'm not going to vote for people because they didn't vote for this stupid thing that wasn't going to pass, that was simply theatrical. If you do that, if you actually don't vote because of that, you are a huge part of the problem. If you want to be mad at them for not voting for impeachment, I get it. It was important to you. You feel like they let you down. But I guarantee you that they are like a lot of Democrats are fighting this shit. They're just trying to do it with shit that's going to have a payoff, right? Because right now they're worried about winning the House. Like at any given time, you have like one primary goal, okay? One primary political goal. And right now, a lot of Democrats are focusing on just winning the House because it's doable and we have to contend with the gerrymandering. And if we win the House, Trump's agenda is dead. Okay, it's like, forget the impeachment. If we win the House, Trump's agenda is dead for the rest of the 4 years. It's dead. Okay, like dead. Okay, and then Noam is getting investigated, and Trump is getting investigated, and Holman is getting investigated, and 𝗙ście Patel is getting investigated, and RFK Jr. is getting investigated, and Epstein is going to make progress. Like, we win the House, and like all of that shit grinds to a halt, right? And we need the Senate too for like change. But if we win the House, though, their agenda stops. I mean, our agenda doesn't start if we win the House. If we win the House, we're essentially frozen, and we wouldn't be able to pass necessarily any of our shit, but we would be able to end their agenda. Like, if we win the House, that's why they're working so hard with this gerrymandering, because Trump knows it's like, if we win the House, his entire agenda, he's done. He is just a lame duck getting investigated. It's like, dude, it will be the ultimate fuckery, boss. You're a centrist? Oh, yeah. Dude, I mean, I get it. You have every right to be upset with the politics, boss. I'm not going to give you I'm not going to give you shit about like being upset with American politics, because guys, our politics right now suck. Dude, they suck. It sucks. If you're a voter in America, like, your life sucks. I mean, think about it. They're literally gerrymandering all the red states so the blue voters, who are like 50% of the state, have no voice. Like, we are literally in a soft civil war right now where it is just a fucking battle for power. That's it. It's a battle to like stop the bleeding on a gaping wound, bro. Dude, it sucks, bro. I don't think I've ever seen American politics worse. I mean, I'll say this. I think 1990 is right 2 years into George Bush's, the first Bush, okay? 1988 to 1992 was like the only time I've really seen it this bad, and maybe like the end of Bush 2, the end of both Bushes. If you look at like 90 to 92 and 2006 to 2008 are probably the only times that I've seen like the country in this kind of bad shape. But I don't know, I feel like the politics were maybe even a little bit better at that time because we were a little more focused. But like right now, dude, like the whole political climate is just a giant like content seeking troll factory. You know what I mean? Like, Benny started listening when I said gaping. I don't think it's ever been this bad. Yeah, I think the political climate is like pretty gnarly, dude. It's pretty gnarly. And if it purely like Republicans versus Democrats, I think maybe the end of Jimmy Carter's administration, like all the Dems were fighting then. Like the Dems have gotten a little better now. Now the Republicans are fighting, but like we're pretty divided, right? Like, I don't know. I heard Gavin Newsom is making an announcement tomorrow. I think Gavin Newsom is going to run for president. And I think that may be a good thing, right? I know that my leftist friends hate me for saying that. They do. They hate me for saying that, but like, I don't know, man. I want to see him be a wrecking ball, dude. I do. I feel like he would be willing to be a wrecking ball. And I want a Democrat wrecking ball, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want a president who's going to go in there and make nice, I want somebody who's going to go in there and fucking like blow the shit up. You don't trust him? Yeah. I don't trust him either, but I believe that he's got enough ego that he would fucking wreak some havoc. You know? Like, I feel like he recognizes the opportunity to wreak some havoc. Dude, did you guys watch the Kyle Kalinske video? We're going to watch it tomorrow because I got to go make some videos. But, like, we're going to watch, hold on, this video right here. This video is so funny, dude. It's this one, right? Let's just watch the beginning of this, dude. We'll watch this tomorrow.
All right, guys, we got to talk about Gavin Newsom. I don't know what the hell he's doing, if I'm being honest with you. He cannot stop contradicting himself when it comes to his approach.
It's true.
For 2028. Clearly he wants to run. Clearly he wants to be president. And half the time he does we need to broaden the tent and like reach across the aisle.
Right?
And, like, understand MAGA and don't be too judgmental and hold hands and sing Kumbaya and be bipartisan and negotiate. Half the time he does that. And then the other half the time he's like, hey, fuck these people, ruthlessly destroy them, and we will win and do what we want. And we got no fucking time or space for any of their fucking fascist bullshit.
Yeah, dude, right? And like, but like, so the funny thing is like that, to be honest with you, I think that some of that is a fucking viable strategy right now. You know what I mean? Like, he is like, wants to be a wrecking ball from both fucking sides. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where he will appeal to the previous Republican nature, okay? Right? Because now what has happened is MAGA is so bad that talking to someone like Thomas Massey and working with Thomas Massey is like legitimized, okay? There was a time when Thomas Massey was like the enemy, and now Thomas Massey is a legitimate ally, okay? So that's an opportunity there. That's an opportunity for like moving people away from extremism, okay? And you know, all you really need to have is some popular opinion behind you to like expand the Supreme Court, right? You can't really expand the Supreme Court without a little bit of popular opinion behind you, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like the fucking, you do need to have a bit of a coalition, okay? You know? And so, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Because I'm with him where I do like the Gavin ruthless smashing the shit. I love that shit. And I love it when he gets ruthless. And then I get a little bit annoyed when he was like sitting down with Charlie Kirk, right? But the thing about the sitting down with Charlie Kirk that I watched with Gavin Newsom, or the sitting down with Steve Bannon, is he took a little bit of power away from their attack, because part of their attack on the Democrats is you won't even let us at the table, right? The minute we say anything, you call us racist, you say we're Nazis. Now, not all of that is true, right? We just take them to task. And a lot of times when they're at the table, they fucking start pulling shit. But when they make it seem like the Democrats are inflexible and won't even entertain any change, it's really easy for them to portray the left as extremists. But the problem is the extremists are on the right. Like, wanting healthcare is not extremism, guys, okay? Wanting healthcare is not extremism. So sitting down with them and being like, why don't you want healthcare, right, there's a value in that. There's a value in sitting down with the right wingers and saying, why don't you want healthcare? Not sitting down with them and saying, yeah, the Democrats are shitty. You guys are better. You guys are so open-minded. No, you got to sit down with them and say, like, why are you guys, like, why don't you have a health care plan? It's been 12 years of you guys destroying Obamacare. And I get it. Obamacare is not great. It's not ideal, but like, where's your plan? Like, why don't you have a plan? Why are you destroying Obamacare without a fucking a healthcare plan, right? And so I do think if you're running for office, there is some value in that, in that attack. Now, I thought that the AIPAC thing was interesting with Gavin Newsom. Did you see, though, Gavin Newsom saying he's not taking AIPAC money? That's fucking fascinating, guys. Right? That is fascinating, guys. Okay? That he's not taking AIPAC money. Of course it's strategy, but it's good strategy. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course it is. Because you can't really take AIPAC money now and be a viable fucking, right? You can't be a viable fucking candidate. Now, if we have a president who gets elected because he didn't take AIPAC money, that is certainly not going to win AIPAC's fucking, you know, that's not going to give AIPAC the leg up. Like, that hurts AIPAC to have a president, and like Janet Mills is doing the same thing. That hurts AIPAC to have major candidates say, we're not taking AIPAC money. That, and then they win, that hurts AIPAC. That's very bad for AIPAC. It is, dude. It's very bad for them, the fact that now candidates are disavowing them to get elected. Whether it's strategy or not, guys, that's a sign of a significant win. Okay, you used to not have to worry about that shit, but now you have to actually worry about it. That's a problem for AIPAC, dude. That is a problem. That is why Netanyahu is working so hard with TPUSA, trying to get them into schools, guys. You know what I mean? Dude, that shit is a big deal, right? It is a big deal. You know what I mean? Dude, you say Anna exposed him? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm really buying 𝗙𝗪𝗏. Okay, if you're saying Anna exposed him, you're saying, oh, the woman who did the Happy Merchant is like exposed Gavin Newsom. I mean, Anna hates Gavin Newsom. She's got a personal vendetta for him, and she is like become like a Nick Fuentes anti-Semite. 𝗙𝗪𝗏 has. Fuck 𝗙𝗪𝗏. Nobody's listening to her anymore, dude. Dude, she is not even like remotely left anymore, dude. She is a fucking like a right winger in a clown suit. Give me a fucking break, dude. Dude, yeah, I think there's a couple like lefties that are fighting back. There's Newsom, there's 𝗙𝗪𝗏, there's Robert Garcia. I mean, James Tallarico, I feel like is mounting a legitimate Texas campaign. He's one of those, like, let's talk about it, guys. I don't really like his religion, but I feel like he's, I don't know, he's sensible. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see how this shakes out. All right, we'll see. I mean, you know, I saw somebody, I want to scroll back here before I go, guys, because I saw somebody that said something very important. Okay, right? Where it was right. Where was it? It was somebody said something about progressives when we were talking about policy right here. Okay, so Orphan Maker said there's countless progressive candidates of whom have plans. Okay, and I want to address that because, guys, there are countless progressive candidates who have plans, but what there are not is countless progressive candidates who have plans who are winning elections, okay? You have to win the election with your progressive plan in order to move the party. And this we have to understand as leftists. If you win the election with your progressive plans, you move the party. if you execute some of the progressive plans and you win the PR campaign of that execution, you move the party. But if you have a bunch of progressive plans and all you do is yell at the Democrats who are winning and say they're bad, you don't move the party. You are stagnant, right? So the more Mamdanis we have, the more the party's going to move. But you can't move without winning. Now, you ready? Hold on. Follow this, though, guys. Okay, follow this. What has prevented a lot of progressive Democrats from winning? AIPAC. AIPAC money has prevented a lot of local small Democrats from winning because AIPAC comes in and funds their candidate, their opponent, and the progressive plan guy loses. So, what is going to help the lower level win if AIPAC money becomes a bad thing to take? If AIPAC money becomes something looked down upon, then even when they get it, ooh, well, that's a bad thing now. So what I'm saying is Gavin Newsom and Janet Mills and these big mainstream Democrats turning against AIPAC money is setting a tone that AIPAC money is bad, which is going to help prevent AIPAC from buying off those people fighting the progressive candidates in the local races. Like you got to see that even if Gavin doesn't mean it, the fact that he's buying into this is creating a PR campaign that progressive candidates down the pipe can take advantage of. And if he wins an election, right, doing that, or if these people win because they said no to AIPAC, your favorite progressive candidate running for mayor or running for a small Congress seat or a state Senate seat, he is going to benefit from that. So I encourage you to see like the downstream effects. Yes, it is that permission structure that we talked about. It's like the downstream effects of those major changes where it doesn't even matter if people are being truthful. It's like appearances have indeed they have a downstream effect. Okay. And so don't dismiss it that some of this is going to translate, I think, to those like smaller races winning, because that's really what's hampered a lot of the small, like, you know, the state Senate races or the small House seats. Some AIPAC money comes in, and then some shitty person like that Mennonite chick from fucking Michigan. What's her name? Is it Shepherd? Dude, the crazy Mennonite looking woman from Michigan. What's her name, dude? Dude, she's so awful. And she's like such a Zionist money backed. You know who I'm talking about, right? She's got dark hair. Is it Shepherd? Dude, what's her name? She's running against McMorrow. Haley Stevens, yes. Yes, that's her. This woman, this crazy fucking woman, bro. Right? Like, dude, these are the crazy fucking people who will come in with a bunch of AIPAC money and win these like downstream races, like over and over and over again, right? And you know what I mean? You're not afraid to push hard. Good for you, Orphan. Get in there, boss. Get in there, push, right? But yeah, so I think these are the people that are going to be put out of business, boss. You know what I'm saying? Dude, this woman is insane, dude. Is she a vamp? Dude, you know what's crazy? So when I first moved to Portland, I'm going to finish with story time, guys. When I first moved to Portland, I was having trouble finding a place to live, okay? And a friend of mine had a house here in town, And there was a young woman in that house who was in an open relationship with one of the roommates. And then me and that woman started dating, and he got mad and moved out. And it caused all this chaos, and they wouldn't let me move in because they liked him and they thought I was disrupting their like homestead. And I was like, dude, it was an open relationship. So essentially I couldn't find a place to live, and I didn't have a lot of money. And I finally found a fucking roommate situation with 2 girls in this beautiful like Dutch colonial house. And it was like the good room, the front room with the windows on the street. I loved it. But so there were 2 women who lived in there, one of whom I slept with on the first night. Okay. Me and the girl, one of the roommates, the very first night I was there, we went out and had drinks to celebrate me moving in. And the next day she woke up with her underwear in her pocket, and we discovered we had had sex. So right off the bat, the roommate situation was a disaster because I was not going to date her. And I had a constant like stream of women coming from the bar I worked at, like through the house. So the whole thing was just a fucking disaster. But dude, the other roommate was a Mennonite. Okay. She was a Mennonite who looked like Haley Stevens. Like she looked like her. She wore the frilly dresses with like the arm frills. And like, she was so disapproving of my behavior. Like just couldn't fucking like, could not get over the fact that I had gone in and like had disrupted her living space. And then ultimately what happened was I ended up I got kicked out. Okay. Because I started dating a girl. I met a girl in a bar that lived in Olympia, and she was dating a guy and staying at his house. And I met her and I kind of stole her from this guy. And then this guy got mad. And so one night she was parked in front of my house with those 2 girls, and she and I went out to drink, and her ex-boyfriend came in his truck, and he drove his truck like a battering ram into her car. And we came home drunk and went to bed, and we woke up the next day and her car was on the front lawn of the house, like completely totaled. Dude, it was like the talk of the neighborhood. It was like domestic violence shit. This guy using his truck to smash her car up onto the front lawn. And eventually what ended up happening is they were like, all right, now it's got to go. You came in, you slept with one of the roommates, you fucking like, right, you have parties here till 3 a.m. We're constantly having to tell you to be quiet. Now there's a car on our front lawn. Like, you have to move out. And you know what I said to them? Dude, don't hate me for this, but we had a roommate meeting, and I said, why don't you guys move out? And they're like, what the fuck? We have lived here for like 7 years. Like, fuck you. I'm like, you 2 should move. I'll keep the house. Dude, they were like, fuck you, bro. Fuck you, dude. Oh my God. I was such a douchebag. Dude, I was a douchebag. But you ready though? You ready? No, this was 1999. I wish it was the 80s. Dude, I was like almost 30 when this went down, guys. Dude, I was a disaster. But so what ended up happening is I ended up moving out. But later on, though, you ready? Later on, guys, I got a different bar job at this bar called the Belmont Inn. And the dude who smashed the car was a regular at the bar I got a job at. And he even came in one day and he was like, man, I got to tell you, like, I'm sorry about that. I got nothing against you, bro. He's like, that chick just like pulled a number on me. I had to go to a year of anger management classes and therapy and fucking, I had to pay like restitution. I had to buy her a new car. Dude, because I broke up with her like, I don't know, like 3 months after that. I mean, realistically, I was only, I was not sticking around. You know what I mean? Me and her weren't going to have a long-term relationship, especially after the car ended up on my fucking lawn, dude. But it was so funny, dude. He's like, I'm sorry. Like, I know that was probably the neighbors didn't like that shit. Dude. Dude, so fucking like, dude, just craziness. Mayhem, dude. Oh, fuck, dude. But, dude, the girl, though, was actually pretty cool. She was, dude. She was cool. She was just at a difficult time in her life. You know what I'm saying? She was at a difficult time in her life. She had just gotten off, like, opiates. And so, like, the way she got off opiates was with alcohol. So, like, yeah, it was hard times, dude. Hard times. She was pretty cool, though. She was just a rough time in her life. Oh, shit, dude. Grandma's boy. Dude, thanks for the laughs. Let's go, Miss Good Life. Oh, Lord. Let's go. All right. Now, though, we dance. Dude, I'm telling you, man, when I got to Portland, like, dude, I got into some shit here, bro. I can't even tell you, like, the number of stories you're going to hear about my 25 years in Portland when I first got here. Like, dude, I went through a journey of, like, because Portland was, like, so weird when I got here. In the late 90s and the early 2000s, like, Portland was like this, it was kind of like a dead show. Like, the whole city was like a dead show in a way where it was like everybody, like, there was a huge number of people. There was like a scene of everybody who worked in the service industry, and everybody, like, slept with everybody. Like, literally everybody in the early 90s, like, you would meet a girl at a bar and you would have sex with her, and then, like, you would make a new friend who had had sex with her like a week before, and right? And then you would have sex with somebody that he was sleeping with a couple weeks before. It was literally like every night, everybody in the service industry was just going out and getting drunk and having sex with each other. And it was fucking amazing. You know what I mean? I mean, I moved here from LA where, like, you had to really work to find a sex partner in LA. You had to have, like, money or be on the fast track of something. You know what I'm saying? It was, like, much harder to get laid in LA because if you weren't, like, a rock and roller, or if you didn't have some kind of thing happening, you weren't a guy with money, you had to have, like, you had to build some kind of a, like, desirable reputation. You had to have a thing. You had to be some kind of thing in order to find a partner. Okay, you had to work for that shit. And, like, I came to Portland, dude, and it was like, dude, it was just on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It was just like, I'd never seen anything like it. Somebody said the Bay Area was like that. I've heard about San Francisco being like that too. You know what I mean? Dude, it was so crazy. Now, it kind of dried up. It, like, dried up a little bit, like, things, it became a little bit like less crazy. I think by the time you got to, like, 2008, 2010, it started, like, being a little different. But, bro, the end of the 90s, early 2000s, it was just insane here. I mean, people were still smoking in the bars. Everybody was just hammered, like, 24/7. Like, a lot of drugs. And I think the drugs kind of ruined it. The drugs got a little out of control. Austin was like that too. Yeah, no, it was amazing. I mean, I was living in my van for the first 2 months that I was living in a van for the first 2-3 months I was in Portland, and, like, nobody cared. Right? You know, I would go out and I would meet a girl and she'd be like, "Where do you live?" I'd be like, "Oh, I just moved here from LA. I'm living in my van," which in LA, if you said that, the girl would get up and immediately walk away. And the girls would be like, "You want to park it in front of my house?" You like, "I got a shower you can use." I'm like, "Really? Like, where am I, bro? Like, what is this town, dude?" I was like, oh my God, this town, I was made for this town, dude. Right? I am a crusty curmudgeon who never showers and has nothing. I have no assets whatsoever, but I can dance and I love to do drugs. And it was like, you know what I mean, dude? It was like heaven, bro. Dude, it was crazy. It was unreal, dude. It was literally like a Dead show. That's what it reminded me of. Not everybody was a hippie, but it had the ethos of the Dead show. Like the whole town was like a giant sort of communal fucking sexual experience, dude. By the guy in the frog costume, I am not, but I'm sure he and I would get along. But all right, dude, I got to go make videos. Dude, we'll have plenty more of those stories, man. Dude, I have to tell you some of the mushroom stories. I had some very zany adventures because the psychedelics like flow bigly in Oregon. Now they're legal. Now you can do psychedelic therapy. But in the we used to do our own form of psilocybin therapy in the early 2000s. Dude, I was a bit of a therapist myself. Let me just say, oh shit, bro. Oh, I had some crazy times. Like, dude, some shit that like could have gone south very fast. But I've always had really good luck. Gonna pitch me a segment? All right, do it. Let's go. All right, you ready? Let's get her done. Let's get her done. Let's get some dancing done, shall we? By the way, I would just like to say that my girlfriend is a psilocybin facilitator. All right, so we're like, dude, she is a trained facilitator. She is a psilocybin and MDMA facilitator. All right, she's got the goods. I'm waiting for MDMA to be legalized, dude. It needs to happen, man. I shit you not, guys. I don't think, you ready? I don't think people should psilocybin adventure the way I did it in the early 2000s because that's very risky, right? But I think psilocybin and MDMA and ketamine have very, very like really good uses to treat PTSD and depression in a long-term way. Okay, especially if you're working with a good facilitator and in conjunction with a therapist, like that shit should be legal. It should not be Schedule 1. This shit, but the problem is capitalism doesn't want you, like capitalism wants you depressed, okay? Capitalism wants you fucking depressed, man. It does. But that shit, like microdosing is amazing too. Dude, that shit is so good. Like part of the reason why I think my mania never really like ended up with like the depression aspect was because of my relationship with some of those psychedelics, right? I had a long-standing relationship with psilocybin and MDMA and that shit, like it was a net positive, you know what I'm saying? It was, man. Dude, that shit. And is that ecstasy? Right. MDMA, you've heard it causes a permanent imbalance in your brain. Yeah, no, I'm not really, I've not seen that evidence of that. Right. But you got to get pure stuff, right? I think ecstasy is when they cut it with shit, right? When you're buying like raver grade stuff. I'm talking about just, MDMA and psilocybin. Both of those chemicals are amazing. The Gonzo poster is Gonzo for Democracy. That's a film, right? Lauren Windsor, she's an activist and a filmmaker, and that's a poster for her film I bought to support her filmmaking, right? Look her up, Lauren Windsor. She's pretty cool. Lauren Windsor she's the person who went and got a bunch of like secretly recorded quotes from Supreme Court justices. Okay. She's like an infiltrator. Okay. She's an infiltrator of the right wing. And so she's somebody that I heavily support. She's subversive and really good at that stuff. But yeah, MDMA and psilocybin are amazing. They're super. Yeah, no, you don't want to drive on that shit. All right, but it's time, guys. Let's fucking get her done, baby. All right. All right, let's go. Great show. Thank you, guys. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you right now, like over the course of Jenny becoming a certified facilitator, I have watched Jenny, okay? I have watched Jenny like completely demolish some deep running depression that she grappled with, you know, that has fucking abated like completely. Like the change in her, like, you know, when we first met, she had a lot of trauma that was like deeply rooted. So there were certain ways where she would wake up instantly with the slightest noise. There were ways that she was always like extremely hypervigilant. If her schedule would change the tiniest bit, the tiniest upset to the plan used to launch her, rocket her into like instability and potentially a depression. And she has like just completely like redone some of those aspects and eradicated a whole bunch of that trauma. It's been really like incredible to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like incredible to watch. It's really powerful stuff. Yeah, no, we are a good match. I mean, we have our issues. It's not all roses. I'm very high maintenance. I'm a hard guy to fucking date, and she can be a hard guy to date too. Right? But, oh shit. See, I was just a good catalyst for change though, right? Because I guess prior to me, she dated a lot of guys who would just go along, right? And I'm not really a go along person. Like I'll go along sometimes, but if somebody is like being completely unreasonable and trying to get me to submit to them being unreasonable, I don't stand for that in any capacity. So I think I was like one of the first guys that like stood up to her in a very powerful way and was willing to have conflict. And she had never had that. Like she had been raised in a household where conflict was not allowed. And I was like, no, we're going to have some conflict, right? You know, like you have to, you know, when you're, you know, butting up against each other in a relationship, you got to be able to work through conflict. Otherwise resentment builds, you know what I'm saying? And so that's really what fueled us is I was willing to have the conflict and which forced her to reckon with shit. And then for her, she was really like, well, you got to be vulnerable. And so she wasn't going to let me become avoidant because I was like an avoidant guy. So my thing is often what I would do is I would avoid, right, as a means of punishment. If you make me mad or whatever, or you're being unreasonable and I don't like it, I'm going to avoid you and play the sort of manipulating, getting the advantage game. And she wouldn't let me do that. So I would force the conflict, which broke up her shit, and she would force me to contend with my vulnerabilities, and she wouldn't let me run away, which was like really helpful for me, you know, and it was really helpful, right? And I respected it too, because I always wanted a woman who would not let me win that game, you know what I mean? dude. Because like I told you, I was notorious for dating like the feisty, right? Like every time I had a girlfriend, all my friends thought she was a bitch. Right? Always. They were always like, dude, right? That's just the you know, I have a type. I like the feist, right? Dude, I need it. You know? Yeah. Oh. All right, you guys ready? Dude, you like being single? No, being single is amazing. Dude, it is. I mean, it's funny because me and Jenny it's kind of like we're single sometimes. You know, I mean, because we live on such different schedules. So for us, it's kind of like we're coupled, but we're also kind of single, right? She'll go to Jamaica with her friends, and I'm like, cool. You know, I fucking was going to LA all the time by myself. And like, you know, we have our own rooms and we have separate schedules. I work all night. She works in the morning, right? It's like, it's pretty cool. It's kind of cool, like sort of being in a relationship, but not being a fucking, you know what I mean? Dude, how can you find the song? You just got to find it here, boss. For the time being, it might be out eventually. All right, you ready? Let's go. Yo, 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 yo. Let's get the dance on. Thank you guys for a great stream. Thank you for the powerful support. All right, we appreciate it. While we keep our heads on straight in this fucking Donald Trump nightmare that we're living through. Holy hell. Christian nationalist takeover. Fuck those guys. Little deja vu.
They have a lot to say, but I've known. Been here before.
go. Alright. Full commitment. Dude, it gets the heart rate up. No, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. No, me. Free, yeah. Freedom, yeah. Woo. Let's go. Want some freedom, baby? That's what I'm talking about. Freedom, yeah. Woo. Freedom, yeah. Thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Do you need anything like I need you? It's over.